DemonMama has responded in comment form to a lot of things. So, okay, it's not a VOD, it's an essay, that's okay. There's one screenshot that bothers me. There's a lot of screenshots that bother me, and we'll get there.
I was about to say only one.
And let's get right into it.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, this is loud. Maybe don't talk so quietly.
The harassment
Lift
me,
the
and my
streamer
family, and my
always talk
friends have
quietly.
experienced over the last few weeks has been nothing short of insane. I will not be responding to violent serial liars, drama farmers, or...
Okay, already, let's look at the allegations, and let's look at how
13
the
seconds,
opposition...
Jack.
13 seconds in, already
13
pausing.
seconds.
But let's look at it. Just like Dr. Disrespect said, people who are worried about his allegations are depressed. They have nothing going on with their lives. DemonMama expresses that the people who are criticizing her are violent extremists, essentially, that they're drama farmers. Already, those are words used to prime this response towards their audience. So they can prime it in a way that sets their audience up to be like, okay, these allegations don't matter. I can't believe all these people are like this. Poisoning the well doesn't even begin to start it. Because if you had the ability to exonerate yourself by all of the evidence that you're going to provide, you do not need to poison the well.
The whole village's water supply is
Yeah.
poisoned at this point.
Exactly. There's no reason. And we look at this. This is a classic defense. If your ability to address these types of conversations, if you have all the screenshots, all you have to do is release them. But why doesn't they? Doesn't they? Why don't they?
Why doesn't they, Fauci?
But we'll get into that. We'll get
Speak
into
English.
what makes them look very, very suspicious.
harassers whatsoever. However, after much consideration, I will address this subject one time, for the benefit of those within my community who are asking in good faith, as I have seen that there are genuine members of my community with concerns that I would like to put to rest. The communities harassing me and my family have falsely accused me of crimes, doxed me, and made threats against the...
All right, so we're gonna. I'm gonna say it. Your name was publicly available with some research, right? I'm not gonna go into the doxing thing. It was publicly available. It wasn't that hard. Doxing also, there has, from my understanding to the crime, and somebody can correct me on this. Doxing, there has to be a clear malicious intent behind it. I can be mistaken, but from my understanding of the legal definition of a dox, it is releasing specifically private information illegally obtained with the idea of malice. The referencing a LinkedIn is not doxing information. The LinkedIn is publicly available and easily findable based on the amount of research and the ability to look back. The fact that DemonMama did not take down the LinkedIn, in my opinion, is her fault.
It's completely legal if it's considered published material.
Yes,
So
it is published.
it's not doxing. And that is how things such as online shaming and extortion are kind of sort of a gray area online, and how like hacktivism happens.
What's the point of
So-
using her name? Well, her name was used to identify and make sure that the person that was being spoken about was the correct person, not only with their legal name, but their age. It is important to address those things, that you're not making
Yeah.
false accusations towards a person who cannot be identified.
Yeah, you also can't really go to any place where you can report things and be like, help, there's a person named DemonMama on YouTube.
Yeah.
That
That's
doesn't
the
work.
other
They don't
thing.
like that. They're going to be like, okay, bud.
They want identifiable information. Again, what was not shared? Her address, which potentially could have been foundable. I don't know that. There are individuals that will go and find people's addresses. I don't like that. That's a part of
I
thing.
don't like that.
I've never liked that.
If you weren't going to say it, I was going to say that.
Yeah. No. I've never, in the history of this channel, we've had to address certain things. As I've always said, I will not release identifiable doxing information. I personally do not like it. I disavow it. Things like addresses and those things, right? Tyler did report her to the MEC, had to do with a legal name.
the lives of myself, my friends, and members.
Who is making threats against your life? You're insinuating that a community of people is making threats against her life. If that was the
Like,
case...
I don't doubt that there are some individuals who do it, but those are schizos who just say that probably anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too. I think something very, very important is that what you're insinuating that it's coming from this community. And I don't doubt that DemonMama has received death threats in the past. That's not what I'm doubting here. That's not what I'm coming for. DemonMama, from my understanding, is a trans individual, and they are subject to a lot of hate on the internet. That's not what I would discuss. That's not something I would condone. I don't condone brigading. I don't condone death threats. If we find out you're doing this in this community, you're out. I don't give a fuck. Straight up. If I find out that you're harassing people, if you're sending death threats, you're gone. Finito. Auto. Ejectocito. It's not appropriate. It is not appropriate to do that. But again, this is to poison the well. You are identifying that the people who are disagreeing with you, who have released this information, are violent extremists who will stop at nothing to harm you, which has not been the case.
Of my family. The perpetrators of this campaign have absolutely no evidence of any of their so-called allegations, and they know this because none of what they are alleging happened at all.
Mm-hmm.
They rely on vague language and emotionally hypercharged claims to
discredit everything on the internet. You have to remember, it's a campaign. Discredit everything. It's the same saying that Dr. Disrespect was saying. Let's identify that, right? It's the same thing Dr. Disrespect is saying. It's a smear campaign. They don't have evidence and all of these things. However, in this regard, we do have evidence. This evidence was gained. One of DemonMama's former mods and thumbnail artist, Glooby. I will be sharing their Ko-Fi page towards the end of this video. Or if Killjoy himself wants to share it in chat, that's totally fine. This was a conversation. There's evidence to indicate that they met Glooby when they were underage, and they clearly knew that they were underage. I want to say that again because it's very important. You should never, ever be engaging with somebody on the internet who is a minor. There is no reason for that. There's no reason for that because why would you risk that? Oh, you're being a friend? Oh, you're being kind? That jeopardizes everything. I'm not saying that in specific instances where you have teachers, when you're one-on-one mentoring and all of these things, those are different roles. But you're 26. At the time, allegedly, DemonMama was 26 when she met Glooby, who was 13 years old. Double his fucking age. You cannot sit here. There's a screenshot in this video that proves, oh, we'll get there. We'll fucking get there because there's more. And I've done a little bit of research and looked at certain things. If you're not over 18, cool. If you're over 18, cool. But under, no.
And something
outrage.
I would just like to mention, if we continue with DemonMama's community being mixed between adults and minors. I talked about it today with some people. I understand wanting a community for all ages, especially when it comes to homosexual or trans individuals, because these peoples don't have a community in their real life and often feel alone. It's just really hard to actually do it. It's a nice idea that you have a community where you are accepted and where people understand you. But if you're not professionals who know how to professionally deal with it, it's really hard to keep it appropriate for everyone.
I was gonna say, if you have any form of minors involved in a place like that, you've got to do due diligence to keep it age appropriate.
And it's something really important to discuss, right? I don't have the specific video here. I do encourage everybody, if you haven't already, go check out Cope and Seeth's video as well as their stream on this topic. After Tyler's videos released, Cope and Seeth, Becca the Crabs, really went over everything and reviewed a lot of stuff. And while I don't have it up on the screen, there was a moment where one of the mods had to remind people in the chat that there were minors present and that sexual conversations couldn't take place. That this is my whole thing. A lot of us on this panel are gay, and I want to make something very important.
I'm the gayest.
You are the gayest. I agree. You are the
Thank you.
gayest. I want to make this very apparent and very important. When we talk about sex positive spaces, sex positivity also recognizes how to give sex education that is age appropriate. Remember, sex is not interconnected with gender. There are times where it can be, but it is not the same. Gender is a spectrum. Sexual exploration can be separate from gender. And it's very inappropriate when you create a sex-positive environment that does not take that into consideration. It's ridiculous if you don't think that is a problem. And to DemonMama's fan base who may be watching this video, I need to ask you, I need to really ask you, do you think that it was inappropriate that minors did enter the space in a sex-positive environment that is not being managed enough to separate them entirely? Listen, if you want a sex-positive environment, I will say this, right? One of the things I find very interesting, I have a friend of mine who has a separate Discord. He has a separate setting. He made it for his friend, for his nephew and all of his little friends. My friend doesn't go into there. He set it up for his nephew and fucking left because it was not appropriate for him to be there. He taught his nephew how to set everything up and left because it's not appropriate for an adult to be there. He explained it to his parent. He told the parent exactly how to do it, how to manage it, how to review it, and that was the end of it. Because that is how you deal with this. And as an adult in a scenario, when there are children present, you need to be extra careful. You need to be aware. You need to be cognizant of everything. Killjoy points out something really important. DemonMama is a NSFW writer. Her partner, one of her partners is an NSW artist, and one of the other partner does OVF. None of this is a knock on them, but you're also creating a community that is very open with their NSFW materials. How do you gatekeep minors from being introduced to that? You can't. I don't care how good your mod team is. You're unable to do that because one of the excuses that she will state is, oh, well, age verification is what it like. No, then you keep it out. We have a Discord server. You know what our Discord server says? No NSFW by any fucking means necessary. We had a conversation. I will reveal this because I think it's really important. We had a conversation before we opened up the Discord because we have a lot of artists here about specific NSFW like art that's specifically like new like models, like practice art, things like that. You know, drawings in specific, nothing, not sex, nothing like that, right? And what we did was veto that. We all agreed that it was a very slippery slope and not appropriate. That's not something that you should be doing. And if you are creating a space like that, you need to have not only the best moderation team, you need to have a fucking separate Discord for it. Have an entire separate Discord that keeps everybody out. There's no reason that that should take place. Discord does not have the moderation tools necessary for you to age verify every single person. Now, I understand people fall through the cracks, but DemonMama knew Glooby's age. Knew Glooby's age for a long time. Befriended Glooby when they were 13. As DemonMama alleges, and there's contradictory factors to this, DemonMama alleges that Glooby started working for them at 18, not as a minor as 18. Now, we have evidence that contradicts that, but the reason I want to make that very important, you knew Glooby for fucking 5 years. 5 years. You were 26. Why are you friends with a 13-year-old for 5 years? You knew their age. There was no reason. There was never a reason for this. And I will die on this fucking hill that this is not only just messed up, it is predatory.
Why are we dying?
No, I'm not dying, but it frustrates me.
I'm dying if you don't play this video.
Oh my god.
And we're not a minute in.
This harassment
you.
is exclusively being pushed by
I
drama
appreciate all
farming
that. Thank
communities
you.
who have been asked by
But yeah, I would like to think most of our audience, we don't necessarily have to tell them this. It probably is good that you said it out loud just in case they want to try to clip and pick apart and look at these drama people. But yeah, but we don't die for losers, okay?
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
No, I'm not dying for losers. But the reason I wanted to say that, and I wanted to be very transparent about that. This is not, and I think that's really important, that child endangerment is very serious.
Please, everybody, that is our hot take that we believe children should be safe. Please like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
We're very brave. Thank you very much. Please hit play.
Subscribe for more hot takes.
Subscribe for more hot takes.
There's the bell icon so you can get notified when we go
and more in the name of a grudge that is genuinely incomprehensible to me. The only pieces of evidence provided at all whatsoever are so grossly misrepresented or deliberately presented without context that they can only serve to create a narrative that is, in whole cloth, slanderously false. So let's get the facts straight. The claims against Fawn, my partner. A former thumbnailer for my channel by the name of Glooby shared his own cartoon not safe for work artwork with my partner Fawn and asked Fawn to share its own artwork in return. In the past, Glooby had unprompted sent me his own art, some of which included cartoon, vaguely not safe for work elements. One was literally...
I'm gonna stop it right there. We're a minute of 149 in. That's where the fucking relationship should have ended. That's where the relationship should have ended. Why is the minor sending you these things, right? Now, we'll go into it. It's not necessarily unprompted. It's really not necessarily unprompted. But if Glooby is the one at fault, if you're going to assert that, why as the adult did you not block them? This is not appropriate. It should have stopped this.
Tell him to cut it off and block him.
This is not really appropriate for anything. And he's a child. How can he be at fault? The child, you are the adult. You understand and know better. You know better.
A joke drawing of an emoji.
And again, I want to point this out. It is blaming the other person. It is an external locus of control. It is their fault that this happened.
The cartoon penis, for example. I told him not to send that kind of art at all, as it was both unwanted and unethical, and I reinforced that boundary multiple times.
What do you
Why was there
mean?
multiple? You just do it one time, you call them cringe, and you leave. Well, the cringe part, I'm just kidding. But you just be like, this is not okay. Don't do that. And then you fucking block and dip. Like, what are you saying? Multiple times I told them to stop doing the bad thing. Huh?
There shouldn't have been multiple times.
What do you mean?
Yes. Why is there multiple times? Why are you saying that there's multiple times? Now, again, focus on the language. I set the boundary. I did not do anything wrong. 13, 14-year-old who is ruining my life. I don't have control over my emotions and everything else. Please stop sending me NSFW materials. I can't tell you. I don't know what to do. I've set this boundary. You keep violating this boundary. You block them. There is no reason to not do that.
She hasn't listed. I'm not missing it, right? She didn't say the Glooby's age at this point.
No.
In the same way that Dog didn't express any numbers, age numbers, when he was explaining his part too. If you don't see the number in the explanation, you're just trying to,
Listen, there's nothing she could have done. You know, the block button is quite hard to find.
Yes.
I have to put my mouse all the way where the little dots are. I have to click. It's a lot of steps. It's too many. Also, Phobia said, yeah, she's acting if her boundaries got stomped on. I was just thinking that too. Like, why are you acting like this child was like the one pestering you and all this other stuff? The block button.
That's what's like going on. That kind of bothers me a little bit. What are you doing? How are you identifying this? This should have been completely stopped. Now, something really important. She doesn't indicate that she does not know that Glooby is a minor. It's very important to recognize that. I wonder why.
While I was happy to be supportive of his aspirations as an artist, I stayed firm in my boundaries. Let me show you. Here, Glooby wanted...
So I'm not going to let her read this, because fuck that. I'm going to read this to you.
It would take it away from you, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm going to read this to you because I do not give a flying fuck at this point. Let me see. Did I pull it up? Because I can enhance. Glooby says in 2020. Glooby turns 18 in apparently in 2021, so they are 17 at this time. I learned how to animate in Clip Studio. I don't know if you want to see it because it's NSFW, but for the first time, I think it's all right. What do you mean? Open mouth emoji. You want to see the NSFW animation I did for the first time in a new program? I'm learning how to use it, but I think I did all right. DemonMama. Wait, you're 18 now? Okay, they're 16. That's at this point they're 16. Thank you. You're 18 now? Question mark. I want to point that out again. You're 18 now? Question mark.
Question mark? Question mark.
What do you mean you're 18 now? That means you knew that they were a minor. You were 100% aware that they were a minor. You're insano in the fucking braino to think that this is okay. You thought this was going to exonerate you. They are 16 at this time. You're approximately 29, 30. You're telling me that this is what you think is a good idea. No, not yet, so I probably can't. Sorry, I know, I'm weird about that. But you know, weird shit happens. That's fair. I want to talk about this
What
response.
is weird about this?
What is weird about this?
Also, wasn't it in that time where she moved to a different state?
Yes.
Where she was like, she could get in trouble for it?
So it is alleged that there was, I don't have the evidence of this message, but it is alleged that Glooby was told specifically, yeah, she was 29 at the time, right? Glooby was told specifically to discontinue sending NSFW messages to DemonMama because they were moving to a different state. But that doesn't fucking matter, because this right here identifies that you knew that they were a minor and that they are trying to attempt to send you NSFW art and had done so unprompted. Why are you okay with this? You cannot say that this is appropriate. This is not your defense. This is not how you defend yourself, right? This is not what you use to defend yourself. And we'll get to the Fawn stuff. And I do want to get there because DemonMama is going to make some claims about Fawn that I think are very interesting. But remind you, again, they did not apparently know their age. Or they did, but disregarded it. Allegedly.
To share a not safe for work animation that he made. I refused this after asking him if he had turned 18. I asked
Why do you need to ask if he's 18? I'm sorry, I know I fucking already answered that, but why do you need to ask?
him this because I had previously in a voice call asked him not to send not safe for work when sharing his art. Once again, I was supportive of his art career, but was not comfortable.
Right. Hey, again, convenience is in a voice call. So let's look at that. Convenient, we don't have access to it. Like Dr. Disrespect, right? Convenient.
Also, it's
Crazy how that works.
no hard nose either. In the name of that conversation, it's kind of sort of like, oh, well, kind of coy and being like trying to not actively put any form of hard boundary. Be like, no, don't send me inappropriate things. It's kind of like, I don't know, like how that talking is definitely that I want to say no, or I know this is wrong, but I'm not going to say no.
That's exactly
so I can have like deniability without actually denying anything.
And I feel like if this was an instance that was brought up in voice call before, in text you could have said, hey, I already said no in voice call, like as your, if this is your key defense line here.
That's really important. Why would you not state and reiterate in writing, hey, I already said this? Also, I do want to point out, like, you're talking about like clipped things. When was this message sent? What's above the message? You're talking that things are clipped out of context. I would like to know what's above the message. Why are you not showing all the logs? Wouldn't it be important that if you shared all the logs to exonerate yourself because you yourself set a boundary that allegedly Glooby constantly crossed?
With him sharing all of his drawings. Despite me setting boundaries previously.
I want to point out something.
Peridot, no.
Peridot.
Peridot.
For those who can't read it, it says Peridot from SU, am proud of it. Also, for future reference, I'm the legal age in my state, so I can send NSFW art without worrying with the feds on ya. Look at the date. July 23rd, 2020. March 2020. You knew their age. You knew their age. If you're saying specifically that you knew Glooby's age or they lied to you at a specific time, how the hell are you letting this slide? Because you're saying that they're a minor, but for some reason you're not addressing it. And here you're not addressing it. Here you're just saying, I haven't animated the horny. Hell yeah, I still don't want to risk you sending me anything strongly NSFW until you turn 18 because we live in different states and I wouldn't want to tread on any federal limits in these times. No offense, I gotta take precautions these days. I'm incredibly proud of the work you did. I'm gonna send you a little thing and then as a W, okay.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even, like, why would you even say this to, like, let's say they're just 17, right? I wouldn't even say this to a 17-year-old artist. I mean, I'm not engaging in that in the first place, but like, oh, just definitely don't until you're 18, wink, wink.
Yes.
Like, why? What is happening?
Why are you
Because she knew! Because she knew! Because she knew!
Man, you don't deserve this!
Peridot, no!
Because she fucking knew. Should have banned his ass right there. You should have. You knew. You knew. You knew. You knew.
This is really, really important, right? And I want to highlight this, right? When we're examining drama, right? We looked at two people from different sides of the spectrum, right? Because some people will be like, oh, you're covering Dr. Disrespect because you're a hater. You don't believe in his beliefs because he's a man of God, all his blood, red-blooded American. No, look at this. This is DemonMama, who is ostensibly progressive, believes in progressive values, apparently, but can't fucking set a boundary with a fucking child. A child. I
Also,
need you to
it's wild
understand that.
She picked this screenshot herself.
She picked this... Exactly. She picked this fucking screenshot. This makes me unreasonably angry because I can't, like, I can clown on Dr. Disrespect for his craziness. I can clown on that because guess what? He fucking comes off as, he appears to be a groomer. He appears alleged to be act as a PDF. Why? Because he will not provide the evidence that everybody is asking because it's his own ego. He's telling us to trust him because he wasn't convicted of a crime. But again, she chose these screenshots that makes her seem just as culpable as someone like Dr. Disrespect.
And it just makes one wonder, what is the stuff she doesn't show? If that's
Exactly.
the best she could find.
It doesn't matter if a minor is actively throwing themselves at an adult, it is always the adult's responsibility to say no.
Exactly.
Even if we don't blame the kid if they have alcohol, we blame the parents for that type of thing. Because it's the adult in the situation, even if the child is breaking the crime. Because they're supposed to be the adult's responsibility. Same thing here.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if this child is doing whatever, or air quotes, seems mature, any of that. It's still the adult's responsibility to say, no, I'm not okay with this, stop talking to me, disengage.
And
it's
I will
not that hard, it's very cut and dry, but people seem to fail at that consistently.
And I do want to answer one chat. As Mr. Asty Mikey, I know you came in a little bit late. You asked, why is there a Doc comparison? Because I will tell you why. Doc was the adult in his situation. So is DemonMama. And they both are actively placing blame on others for them allegedly contacting minors. Here we have evidence of this. Doc, what we don't have is a Twitch Whispers, but we have multiple staffers and other organizations, apparently a YouTube staffer as well that does not want to be named, saying that he spoke with a minor. And you also have Doc's language saying that he spoke with a minor. These are the adults in the situation, actively seeking out and actively blaming the other people for their responsibilities to children. It is 13 years old with a 26-year-old NSFW creator. You cannot support this. There are so many NSFW creators out there that would never support this shit. They don't want children in their spaces because they know what the fuck happens. It makes everyone look terrible because they can't control it. But you have the opportunity to control this. You had the opportunity to stop this, and you chose not to. This is the fucking thing you chose to do. Ridiculous. Not only is it ridiculous, it's disgusting, and you should be disgusted with yourself.
Correct me if I'm
Ruby
wrong, was
still
this the
tried
same
to
community that was sharing like dildos and sex toys with minors as well? For images of them?
There is,
Yep.
again, there is
There
the
was one-
allegation.
Yeah, there was one allegation that the partner of DemonMama was Fawn. Yeah, that Fawn got into a VC with him, turned on the camera, and then showed him her sex toys and which one she uses and
Yeah.
which ones are like the funny ones she doesn't use.
It is their pronoun.
Excuse me there.
We'll go on with this video, but I need you guys to keep this in mind. We look back to the Dr. Disrespect stuff. Notice the similarities. It doesn't matter what side of the political fence they're on. Again, we're not a poll channel, but I wanted to bring that up because you're looking at people that are on the side.
Send me his own art, going so far as to say that he was of legal age in his state. I reinforced my boundary, and as I am now aware and will show shortly, he then progressed to lying about his age in order to avoid my boundary. With Fawn, the fact that Glooby shared his own art and asked to see Fawn's art was deliberately removed from the...
All right, so here's something interesting. I'm going to pull up some of Fawn's text messages to Glooby. This is one of them right here. This is from the video. Ooh, good. I drew some NSFW today, too. Show. Horsey butt.
I forgot.
I
my
forgot
brain,
this one.
My brain protects me a lot because I have like actual diagnosed memory issues, chat.
Right.
Like my brain just like but sometimes I get flashbangs with things.
Hush mode.
Also, Falgi were also wrong. Fawn uses it pronouns.
I did say it pronoun.
Oh, I understood they.
Oh, no, I said it.
Yeah.
I just always lead back to horses, man. I'm tired.
It's horses. It's always horses or feet. It's always horses and feet. It's crazy.
If a minor is sending you stuff and your partner is sending stuff back, I don't give a fuck about this whole... She'll go on. I don't police what my partner says. Fuck off. Fuck the fuck off. You should have warned your partner. You're a terrible partner if that's the case. You're a terrible partner Because if you're not warning your partner what's happening, that's insane. Because what you're doing is you're allowing them to send NSFW art to a minor. That's a crime. It's a fucking crime. So what you're doing is being a terrible partner. I don't know how many fucking times I need to scream it, because this is ridiculous. You thought this was to your defense? You truly thought this was going to quell your community? Maybe works well, but not to everybody else. Not to everybody else. Let's go back.
Also, I think we started this horse ass long enough.
I moved it.
Okay.
Please.
Let me see if I have the specific cutscene.
Don't say clop in chat, please.
Oh no!
No,
Don't clop in chat.
I want. Okay,
No,
chat,
don't clip clop in chat.
Okay, chat. Look, we're gonna learn a little bit about very young me. Okay, so when I make plushies, right? So when I first started making plushies, one of the first things I started making were My Little Pony dolls, because my siblings, like I'm the
I'm
oldest of
so
6.
sorry.
My siblings, no, oh, well, I didn't know at the time. So my siblings loved the show because they're all like, they're little. All my siblings are a lot younger than me. And we were poor as fuck, right? So I started learning how to make dolls, and like I made a couple for like my sisters, made one of the boy ones for my brother. It was all a good time, right? I started posting them on Tumblr. I got bullied by other bronies because I had only a little basic sewing machine and not an embroidery machine. And they said my painting job looked tacky and awful. And I cried. I deleted that blog and never looked at it again.
Brony moment.
Yo.
I was like 15 or 16.
Pegasister moment.
It was a Pegasus L.
Fawn. I drew a tiny fawn giving a hug. Now this is an NSFW image I cannot show, and obviously thank God we did not show. This is April. Really interesting how this one is in July. Where is the start of the sharing of the art? Who shared the art first? If Fawn didn't share the art first, show that. Show Fawn's DMs. Why aren't you doing that? Why would you not exonerate your partner? Because this shit does not look good, and this is the only fucking the tip of the iceberg.
Context of the so-called DM leaks to create a narrative and play into a grossly false groomer slander.
It is sharing NSFW materials with a minor that you all met and you know as a child. You know it's a fucking child. Don't you dare come with that excuse. Fucking slimy.
While Fawn did share its own artwork with Glooby in a casual context, Fawn never knew Glooby's age and fairly assumed that.
Interestingly enough, she shows this specific image. But weird how she doesn't show this one from April. Why are you not addressing this one from April? Because that's something I noticed in DemonMama's response. DemonMama's response, it does only cover the context of the DMs that Tyler showed. It's very interesting. They're carefully crafted. Very curious.
Because he was sharing his own artwork, that it was fine to share its own. Nothing outside of casually sharing their own artwork ever happened. And even Glooby
Nothing
in his
outside
original
of casually sharing their artwork. I don't give a fuck.
Casually sharing my not safe for work art.
I don't care. I don't care what you're saying in regards to that. You want to know why? Because you're casually sharing NSFW art. How is Glooby being a minor a weird secret? It'd be really weird if it was a community known meme that Glooby was a minor.
testimony,
We'll show that.
admits that nothing nefarious or malicious occurred. On top of all of this, this did not happen in my server. I was not aware of such messages between Glooby and Fawn until recently, as I do not monitor my partner.
I do
Sure,
not care.
honey. Sure.
I do not care. You allowed your partner to message a minor with not safe for work material. So this is a perfect thing, right?
Also,
Mhm.
if I didn't Globy say she was there and even told Fawn off when it showed its dildos?
Yes, alleged. Unfortunately, that is alleged
Allegedly.
because it is a video that we don't have access to. Nobody has access to. But I do want to come at something that's very, very interesting, right? Because I don't police my partner's messages and things like that. Now, you guys are my friends. One of you is my partner, right? But you guys are my friends, right? We'd all be friends. If I knew that there was a minor in the server that we manage or we're friends with, which we are not, none of us are, we're fucking old people, I would let
Like
you
you.
know. I would never put anybody in that situation. You're a terrible partner. If this is your excuse, if this is your answer, you're a terrible partner. you're an actual, like, you're actually just a terrible person. You are not looking out for the best interest of your partner. This is your excuse. This is your answer to that. Fawn didn't know because I didn't tell her. Or tell it, excuse me. Do you know how terrible that makes you look? Like, I don't, like, this is not a response. Am I crazy? Am I actually losing my fucking mind? Like, I need someone to tell me I'm not losing it.
You have
You're
to let one of us
crazy.
talk.
King Yabra over here.
Yeah, you have to let one of us like also talk, and then we can.
I'll have a
bounce
raise
off.
your hand item next time. The
Oh,
talking.
no, you gotta
Talking
pass
stick.
the talking stick.
No,
yeah.
we tried to do a talking stick, and you snapped it in half. It was really,
I'll step away.
Secret is just
talking
interrupt
gun.
Falgi and start talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he'll just
But no,
start,
like
"Hmm,
it
hmm,
is.
hmm,
Yeah, it
hmm."
is just one of those things that's just like I can understand that maybe you're dating someone and they're doing something really bad and you don't know because they're hiding it. But to just be like, oh, I just didn't know at all, huh? Also, like all these talks seem pretty open. You're playing games, you're on VCs. Like, what do you mean you didn't know?
Yeah, for those who don't know, and I won't interrupt anybody again. For those who don't know, they met playing fucking Overwatch. Too Mad is rolling around in his grave right now.
Too Mad mention again, yay!
I could never go a stream
will never
without
leave.
talking about Too Bad.
Too Mad will never leave it.
His
He's
corpse
still
will hunt
driving.
from hell.
He's still in the fucking matchmaking queue, even in heaven.
He's driving a car in Oregon in heaven.
In heaven,
I actually,
Oregon.
Yeah.
this is an aside. I have a neighbor that looks exactly like Too Mad, and I had to do a fucking double take.
Umet is still alive.
Oh,
He's still there.
I
He's following
messaged
you.
Reincarnated.
I messaged Cloudy, and she's like, "Too Mad's still alive." I'm like, "God damn it!" Anyone else have any opinions?
He's
I know
still
I'm-
alive and he's
I-
Falgi's neighbor.
Mhm.
I'd say this is the same thing as the Dr. Disrespect situation where they're just dumping all accountability and responsibility onto
Mhm.
everybody else.
Exactly, and that's why I
Again,
want.
parallels.
Yeah, look at the parallels in the way. Look at the parallels in the way that these two people respond. The victim is at fault. The victim is a malicious person. They're lying for agendas. In certain regards, the victim, quote unquote, or the opposition is Twitch for Dr. Disrespect. I should preface that the victim has not come forward in the Dr. Disrespect. So technically the victim is Twitch or it's the audience, right? But in this regard, you have a victim and they're not being addressed properly. You are calling them a liar. You're calling them manipulative. You're calling a minor a fucking predator. I hate to use this. This is the reverse predator fucking excuse.
Womp womp.
Oh god, reverse predator is gonna be on the fucking bingo card,
Reverse
isn't it
predator
now?
mentioned. Pew pew.
Oh god, it's gonna be on the fucking bingo card.
Look, your partner, you're not responsible for what your partner does. That's their own actions. But if you are aware of it, I feel like it's really shitty to not bring up, call your partner out on nonsense or bullshit on illegal activities, allegedly.
Yeah.
It's also a little crazy staying with said partner too after this comes out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazies.
Well, there's
Yeah,
a lot
to
of
just
things.
automatically be like, oh well,
I don't know,
that's
personally-
bad, but I'm not doing it, so blah blah. Like, huh?
I don't know.
Like-
I don't think I could good conscious stay with my partner if they were engaging sexually with a underage individual
Yeah.
Mhm.
at any point in time,
Yeah.
no matter what. That's a hard no for me.
And we've referenced it. If people don't know the whole reverse predator thing, you can watch our stream on Scarlet Reaper, as well as you can go to FPS Diesel's channel and you can see the whole fucking shaboodiloo fucking crazy pants man that guy is. But the reverse predator argument is no different than saying a woman deserved to be sexually assaulted because she was wearing a short skirt. Your Honor, the minor groomed me. The minor broke my boundaries, and I, the infantile adult, did not know what to do. But we'll go on, right?
Understand? She's a very young 23-year-old adult.
Oh, no, she
Or-
was 26
Guys, I'm
or
only
29 at this time too.
Guys, I'm only a 30-year-old teenage girl. You can't be expecting anything out of me.
07's in the chat for my adult minors. 07 is in the chat.
If I had known that Glooby had sent art to Fawn, I would have ensured that Fawn knew, stopped, and had enforced similar boundaries. While it would have been wise and good for Fawn to ask for an ID before sharing even cartoon not safe for work artwork that it had made, none of this matches with the genuinely insane slander being pushed by these communities, nor does any of it reflect.
What slander? I'm
It's not
very
slander if
curious.
there's screenshots and evidence.
Yeah. What slander? It's their words. It's
Listen, you don't know the context.
Yeah, it's there, and I mean royally, both DemonMama and Fawn. It's their words that they are talking about, right? And first off, slander and libel, two different things. Also, it's libel. Thank you. I was about to say it's technically libel.
Reflect on me, as I had
Yeah,
nothing to
Mr.
do with that.
Correct over here.
What do you? Okay, I don't like this. I had nothing to do with that, because what that language also does is throw Fawn under the bus whenever DemonMama is ready to give it up. That is exactly that language. If someone speaks like that, they are planning an exit strategy, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm not going to say that that's everything else. I will say that that is my opinion. My opinions are not facts, but nor can you sue me for them.
This is the only evidence that is provided to any of the insanity that is thrown at my partner and weaponized to try and hurt me. Unless, of course, you count unrelated, laughably cropped, out of context, and literally years old Twitter, edgy Twitter jokes as.
We are going. You know what? That's really interesting. Let's look at Fawn's tweets. So, for those who don't remember, Fawn has a lot of tweets that it likes to say. I wonder what kind of tweets they have. Let's read some of their tweets. I guess this shit's gonna get clipped. Fuck my life. I disavow, 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 disavow. Every time I read one of these, I'm gonna disavow it.
Cringing.
Fuck
in
me.
my skin.
Yo, can anyone... Okay, this is 2015, right? 2015. Yo, can anyone hook me up with about 4,000 drawings of traps, shoulders, and new halves where I can crop solely to the face? Thanks in advance.
Okay, you
And
did that.
clip.
Nobody.
That was
nobody.
unnecessary. Nobody
Yeah,
asked
you
you to
did
do
that.
that.
You did that.
I need to make it a voice that's not mine.
Let
Because
the
I
record
disavow,
show it.
disavow, disavow.
Okay, out of all of us, everyone's gonna know it's you.
Oh, fuck me.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
For real, for real.
Okay, so 2015. Okay, edgy tweet, right? It's 2014. They've known Glooby for a little bit of time, but, you know, maybe Glooby didn't see any of this. What do you mean? Because, you know, the message is showing her from 2020, right? I wrote an entire short story, again, in 2017. Fawn says, I wrote an entire short story about incest, and it's okay. They were aliens with societal customs of pairing same-gendered siblings, right? Question mark. Another tweet from 2016. Yes, this is a response, but I'm going to have sex with this. I'm not going to read that one. Ain't going to fucking read that one. Blank year old, non-human with demon-looking things coming out her back. Want to point that out. Read that age. Chat, read the fucking age on the screen. The hard drive needs to be checked. These are the same people that when Vosh's taxes folders, we call it, when their porn is released, which is very realistic and bordering zoophile horse porn, having sex with quote unquote, oh, they're just fair-skinned goblins. No, that is lolly. It is lolly materials. What do you think that these people who are defending him are doing and saying behind the scenes? Because let's look at this. This is a tweet from June 22nd, 2015, right? Showed us traps and yaoi are the best. For those who don't know,
One
Shodas,
of the things is not like the other.
For those who don't know, Shodas is the lolly version of male is boy porn. Like honestly speaking, like a Japanese boy porn. I fucking hate that I have to say that out loud. I can't believe this is the hobby I've chosen, that I have to fucking say that out loud. But I did.
Yoda means little boy in Japanese.
I would have mentioned it.
Yeah, it means little boy in Japanese. Again. And you're letting your partner talk to who? A minor? You're letting them talk to fucking who?
I don't know, you guys. I didn't know.
I didn't know. These are cringe tweets. They're fucking fringe cringe.
Yeah, they're edgy cringe tweets, you guys. Edgy
cringe tweets, right? They don't show anything. So this is when Fawn joins the Discord, DemonMama's Discord, 8/30, 2020. And I want to keep that in mind because again, it was apparently an open secret that Glooby was a minor at the time when they were working with DemonMama and things like that. Like Top Mods knew, worked as a mod for DemonMama. And I want to point this specific thing out. These three sets of tweets, 2015 and 2015. We'll go over that. Confirmation maximum, you're into cute little Shota dick, huh? Ugh.
Flipped.
Ugh. Fawn, Poju draws proportionally incorrect, unappealing peens on exaggerated bodies that don't make sense for males half the time. I'm going to
Shrug
disavow what
emoji.
the fuck I need to say next. Sometimes they draw a nice sound boy body that will never do the penises right. I fucking need
Please
to.
clip that.
No, please do not clip that. That is no.
Please clip
I
that.
disavow,
All of it
disavow,
already
disavow,
clipped.
disavow, disavow. And I want to go over something. Notice the last date on this tweet. Did somebody read the last date on this tweet? What's the year? I wonder what
Episode.
the year is. Can anyone tell me? Tell for the class. Present to the class.
Or we can actually talk now. Yeah, it's it says July 30th, 2019.
2019.
Twitter web
I mean,
client at 11:36
Cloudy,
p.m.
it's Falgy's world. We just live in it.
Oh my god, I hate all of you.
Real fun.
It's a 5G show.
Oh my god. 20.
And now remember when those very classy conversations happened with the minor.
Mm-hmm.
What year that was?
What was that? Macari, can you remind me when that happened?
Actually happened within 2020 for extended months at a time.
Yeah.
It's not like this is new behavior at all.
This happened in fucking 2020. It is not months away. It's I believe the first message is in April, so it's not even a full year away that we have the first screenshot. And allegedly, there was a group chat that other NSFW materials was shown when they were still when they were still younger, like around like the 14, 15 area as well. And it's very interesting that was taking place. It's very, very curious. What a coincidence that Glooby was abandoned kind of the moment they became of age in a specific way when it came to some things. Glooby did spend time with them past 18 and things like that. Glooby's showing off the NSFW asshole to Demon Mama happened in 2019, I believe.
That is not a sentence that is in the Bible.
God,
None of this is
I
in
don't
the
know if I
Bible,
have
sir.
that
Greg,
specific.
you read the Bible?
I've read a lot of it.
You're saying these are all edgy jokes. Why would they be joking about their sexual preferences over and over? 2015 to at least 2019. Over and
It's
over
just
and
funny
over and over.
teehees.
Funny teehees. I thank you.
The other person whose name I always forget was a minor at this time.
Glooby.
A lot of the conversations were very inappropriate given the age. The photo editor thing. Fuck, what is
Oh,
the
I
top?
do have this.
I
I'm
do
sorry.
this. Yeah, what is it? I do it. Thumbnail editor.
Yes, you are my thumbnail editor.
And yes, we have the wism-tis. The tism with.
But it is cat over the age of 18.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. I gotta go.
Oh no.
Is Cat over the age of 18? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Before
course
we
Cat
continue.
is.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Cat has
chat.
always been over the age of 18.
Are you sure?
Always?
I'm in my
He was
mid-20s.
Are you
born
sure? He came
18?
out
He
of
was
the
born
womb
18.
already 18.
Cat is our resident Benjamin Button.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he was born looking like he was 25.
The idea that they are acting like there's no consequences for their actions and the fact that they don't believe that there's anything wrong is immature, but immaturity is not an excuse when you're 26, 29 when this is happening. It's completely out of sorts. This is insane.
As a quick side note, my Discord server has never had not safe for work channel.
That's not true. Well, you not having a not safe for work channel. Yeah, no, Dibs. I knew you weren't defending them, but I think that it's a really what you present is very important because that is a way. That's a way that if they get a lot of pushback and all of those things, they could easily just be like, "Oh, we were immature at the time." What are you, a fucking immature 29-year-old? That's insane. And it's good that you
Especially
point.
29.
Mm-hmm. And it's good that you point that out because that's another thing too. When people can't weasel their way out of certain dramas and certain things, especially when it comes to minors, what they will do is create them and make them lesser, call it a moment of weakness. We saw it with Dr. Disrespect when he's talking about cheating on his wife. It was a moment of weakness. I was in a dark place.
I was in a dark place. Yep, there it is. There's the talking point.
Exactly.
The famous dark place.
Like a bingo card.
I'm not in control of my emotions. I'm not in control of my mind. But it's so good that
somebody died.
Yeah.
Somebody
died, my cat died, like all these things, right? And I think it's really good that you point that out, though. I think that that's a really good thing to say because that is, You can call them immature, but they will use that as an excuse. I'm not saying them specifically, but you see it time and time again where people will use immaturity to explain something. Perfect example, I will mention only once. We'll probably do an episode on him one day, but Dogpack. For those who don't know, Dogpack 404 is the guy that's behind a lot of the Mr. Beast stuff and fucking, getting a lot of things not so great. They were fired from Mr. Beast Co. saying, oh, I know I ordered this Apple Vision Pro and I know it was inappropriate, but you have to understand I'm an iPad kid. That's insane to say. I'm an iPad kid. I didn't know any better. I wasn't reporting to people above me. I didn't understand a work structure. Remember.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just stupid.
Yeah. Again, when I make a terrible, terrible mistake, I am lesser. And remember, minors cannot consent to any of this. That's not how this works. Gloomy cannot consent to any of this at all.
And has always had strict rules against posting not safe for work content. We have the strongest enforcement against not safe for work of any Discord I am aware of in this space, and unlike many other politics and politics adjacent servers, we have never had not safe for work channels or vent channels. Of course, as all Discords do, we rely on reports from users in order to become aware of incidents from across all channels on the server that may not have been directly observed by a mod. That said, our reports have always been promptly and carefully handled, and any serious issues that are reported are handled by my paid lead mod. This has been true for years. Volunteer chat mods have never had any obligations to handle reports, especially serious reports, which have been exceedingly rare in the first place. Volunteer mods...
Exceedingly rare doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Hey, based on what? Your good word?
Yeah. Show us your auditor log. Discord has an auditor log. Show us.
Just trust her. Jeez.
Yeah. Just trust her. Right, Gay Fesh. Right?
Like, yeah. Bring Gay Fesh and
Literally
let's
trust
ask
people.
him.
Yeah. Where is your mods? Where is your top mod that is supposed to be assessing this? You're paying them. We are all volunteer mods in Diesel's channel. Some of you know this, some of you don't know this. That's how this whole thing started. Us mods just wanted to talk about drama and things like that and news coverage and old internet lore that he didn't cover, and that's totally fine. But guess what? When we know that an event is taking place in the Discord, it is an open discussion between all mods and the owner of the server. It is not hidden because, volunteer mods don't have to do certain things. That doesn't make any sense. Modding is a volunteered position anyways, you dumbass. You're only paying one mod. How big is your fucking server? If your server has more than 1,000 people, there's no way 2 of you can do that by yourself. Yeah, if you are a mod, you inherently have to enforce TOS. Exactly.
Mods are exactly that. Volunteers, who we believe are chill enough to occasionally mute unruly chatters or random spammers. Claims about me. Gloomy worked for me on a contract basis for thumbnails. I was incredibly upfront that the pay would be based off a static...
Okay, so we're going to have a conversation real quick about this. Well, I do believe that there was wage theft that potentially occurred, or at least under management. I do think that, and this is an important thing to notice, because Dr. Disrespect did it as well with the lack of Twitch whispers that are coming out, right? You attack the weakest part of the narrative to expand upon it and to make you seem better. Note, everything about grooming, 531, there's still 11 minutes of this video. 11 minutes of this video. So there was like a minute of preamble. So 4 minutes is only attached to the grooming allegations. Why?
Yep.
And the child endangerment. Why? Because this is what they want to attack, because it's the easiest thing to attack at this point. It's
also quite interesting that you put the heavier accusation at first on the video, because the last thing is what most people will remember.
Mhm.
People have short attention spans.
I do not believe what DemonMama is saying. I don't have to. It's my opinion. If you're not going to share certain information, I need to see it. I need to see your audit and chat logs in regards to you guys banning and finding either minors or bad actors in your server and how you guys deal with it. Because your volunteer mods are at least going to report to a head mod, and that head mod is going to investigate it. That is how the structure works. And it sounds like that's the structure in DemonMama's community. Thus, you're having chat logs in regards to that. The reason I pointed out that the wage stuff is to show you how, just like how Dr. Disrespect attacks the fact that there's no way that Twitch is not releasing the whispers. I could say whatever the fuck I want. Why are you asking for them? The same thing DemonMama's gonna do. She shows proof that she paid Glooby in any regard. That's it.
Percentage of the channel gross revenue. That we were a small channel, but that there was potential for growth. I never ever gave the impression that this was supposed to be a primary job or a full-time job. It was explicitly contract work from the very beginning. I did not enforce a schedule or even strict deadlines. Throughout my work with Glooby, he was always effusively positive about our agreements, my accommodations for his disabilities, and even in his recent interview, he characterized
experience.
Yeah, it was their first job experience, right?
Of course, a teenager gets excited that they get paid anything for something they do.
Now, it's important to discuss real quick. DemonMama says that there was a contract. I want everybody to keep in mind the word contract.
our agreements as fair. It was only under pressure and leading questions from a curiously biased interviewer that he changed his tune on this.
So let's look at that for a second. Yes.
Curiously biased.
Biased, right?
Yeah, someone who knows his shit.
Now, I don't...
wonder why she doesn't talk to other adults. It's almost like they'll fucking catch on to her stupid bullshit. Like, what do you say? Come on.
I want to highlight this for a second, right? Yes, minor contract needs parent. We're going to get there. There's an important thing to note. She's saying that Glooby has never complained about the wages, and Tyler implanted that into Glooby's head. Killjoy said this. This is 2023. This is before apparently Glooby ever talked to Tyler. But I knew DM as a minor way back when we were friends for like 10 years about it. When I was Fawn, would send porn, they draw on flash dildos, things like this. I don't know that she jerked off to a lot of lolicon shorter stuff. This is highlighting that they felt uncomfortable by the situation. Again, in regards to that, while I don't specifically have, because this is a part of a 9-hour stream, it's part of a 9-hour stream that I don't have.
9 hours.
I'm not going through it.
I forgot it was 9 hours.
There's specifically, Glooby does mention like discomfort with the pay and says that they felt uncomfortable by it. And here's the thing. Glooby doesn't understand the concept of wage theft at the time. That is okay. There's no way an 18-year-old is going to discuss it. You're vastly underpaying them. We're not going to fight this. You're vastly underpaying them. And apparently they had access to your SEO. They had access to the back of your channel. Why did they have that, right? That's inappropriate, but you don't care. I will admit it is somewhat the weakest part of this thing that she's easily able to attack because all she has to do is show evidence that she paid Glooby. Notice how the more serious allegations are 4 minutes. And all of this is going to address the financial status and the employment status of Glooby. And I want to point that out, and we'll get there why.
I wanted to share a couple of examples of our interactions over the years. Here is Glooby in June of 2022. Glooby says, "Hey, I have some not amazing news. I'm dealing with a lot of neurological work issues and physical issues. I can barely hold my drawing pen. I'm having hallucinations and can barely fucking walk downstairs."
I know Glooby mentioned it in his own interview, but it's kind of fucked of her to read that out. The medical issues of someone who worked under her as a minor.
There is...
Yeah, that should have been just for them to say at the end of the day, you know?
There's weird things in regards to that because Glooby spoke about it, this is not necessarily breaking HIPAA because...
Yeah, I know. But I mean, morally.
No, morally. No. And I do want to specify that because someone may say, hey, this is HIPAA, this is all this stuff. But it's not. Like, it's... not unfortunately, but the reality is, like, Glooby did share some of this info. But again, this is characterized in a way that is making Glooby seem like monstrous. This is used to discredit Glooby, not to understand that Glooby, for those who don't know, was suffering from Lyme's disease, and Lyme disease can be a very can be debilitating. It's very important to understand that. And it just disgusts me that this is kind of what it turned into.
Without vomiting or falling over. I keep having full body tremors that are starting to
just
feel
speed this
like
up 'cause you
seizures.
speak so
I
fucking
have
slow.
constant heavy vertigo, and to top it all off, I can hardly type and speak. It just sucks, and I can't do anything about it yet, so I'm stuck like this for a bit. So
Glooby is my friend too, and I check on him after this bombshell about the DM. Hey, listen, I want to point this out. If Glooby ever does see this, again, we continue to share the Ko-fi. But what's really important is just the importance of understanding that Glooby was known to DemonMama as a minor. There was no reason for this entire conversation to start. There was no reason for this entire conversation to continue. There was no boundaries put in place. There was nothing to protect Glooby. And not only that, I'll go so far to say this: if DemonMama wants to be selfish, no boundaries to protect her. No boundaries to protect her partner. If you're claiming your partner didn't know, why did you not tell them?
sorry if work is slow or not good. I'm really trying my best. It's also a reason, if you have even noticed, why I haven't been interacting with anyone really. All of this has been an increasing issue for my disease, and I don't want my friends and people I care about hearing me be sick and in pain 24/7. I respond. I have noticed you've been quiet lately. That's a very good reason to do so. Again, you don't have to apologize. You've always been nothing short of awesome to me and in the work you do for me and this channel. Glooby then responds sometime later, a little over a month. Hey there, just wanted to update you on my situation. I'm still sick as fuck. I may have had my first seizure yesterday, so if I'm a little slow with responding in work, that could be why. It seems my disease is ramping up a bit, so it's a bit worrying, but I'll try my best. Generally, my quality of life is pretty shit right now, but I'm gonna try my best. I reply with an affirmative emoji, and then I say, you let me know what works for you, and we can adapt and adjust accordingly. Your wellness comes first, and if we need to tag in some assistance on thumbnails or whatever, that's no biggie. You just let me know where you're at like this, and we'll work it out. Glooby then says, the current work need is all right for me currently. I'm just worried about being late or missing stuff. I'll try to be as open and responsive to tell you.
So this is, I don't know what this conversation is supposed to prove. Glooby feels bad about being sick, and Glooby feels bad about work not being done. That's just being an employee and a friend. Where does the line blur? Because that's the thing too, is that the line between friend and employee completely blurs at this point.
Yeah.
This is Glooby's source of income. They're an 18-year-old. This is an employee asking for medical leave and a disability exception. Both of these should be protected. I do agree. I do agree. It's just Glooby did express this. It's a weird gray area. I'm gonna be honest. It's a weird gray area. I think DemonMama's signature is complaining about how much of a good and nice friend she was, and wonders why all these people are so ungrateful and uncharitable and good and kind she was. Yeah, exactly.
Need be. And then I respond with affirmative emojis. Then
affirmative emojis. What the fuck are affirmative emojis? Can someone give me the example of a fucking affirmative emoji? Please.
An affirmative emoji?
Yeah, that's what she said. She said she gives affirmative emoji. Affirmative.
A thumbs up?
I guess the thumbs up,
It's
right?
it's an 07. It's an 07 joke chat.
It's an 07 joke. That's the joke. It's the 07. Remember guys, anytime you 07 in the chat, you magically become a minor. So 07's in chat, everybody.
Doesn't matter the
Oh
age.
god, what a curse thing to
my-
say.
need be. And then I respond
My
with
brain
affirmative
went
emojis.
immediately to like words of
Then,
affirmation.
later.
Not
We had this
Aw.
conversation. This was
not
at the end
soldiers.
of
Cat, I want to affirm that you are very special, and I love that you're here. So thank you.
Glooby's contract work
Aw.
with the channel. Hey, DemonMama, I
Wait,
wanted
wait,
to talk
hold
to you
up, hold
about
up. What was that
Glooby's
word?
contract work with the
Contract work. Contract work, meaning you signed a contract
With a minor.
with a minor. And now it's interesting, right? It's a meme in the community that she did the fucking salute. Yeah, we'll get there. Hold up.
Hey, DemonMama, I wanted to talk to you about this. At this point, I think I'm too sick to work for you, and I don't want to drag you or your channel down because of this. It was hard to say
Okay,
this,
I gotta
but I want the
speed this
best for
up.
you
This
because I
is
see how much you
fucking
care and how much you want this stuff to work out, and I don't
Isn't
want to
it
make it harder.
already sped up?
I respond, you aren't dragging us
Yeah,
down, but I
at
won't accept your
at
resignation.
1.5, and
Still
it's still
too
too
slow.
fucking slow for me. My ADHD brain is going.
It's good there's no one else in the chat that, you know.
Okay, fine. I'll slow it down. I'll slow it down.
You don't have to slow it down, just go over it.
Guys,
No,
you
no
see the
one
abuse
said
I
to
get?
slow it
Do
down.
you guys see the chat? Do you see the
Actually
abuse I
speed
get?
it up.
Yeah, actually, yeah, speed it up.
Chat. Do you know how you can save me from this abuse?
Wow.
You can't.
If you guys like, subscribe, and donate to the link above, you guys can save me
saying
from
you're
my
going
abuse.
No, we
fire
will just
us
abuse him
when,
more.
as soon as you have
No,
enough money?
if you like and subscribe, we will just abuse the fuck out of him
Yeah,
more.
you guys do pay for my abuse. I hate to say that. The more money you give them, the more pain
the more
I
abuse
experience.
he gets.
I do. I get so much fucking abuse
Also,
on this
I
channel.
wouldn't say abuse. I would say more friendly banter.
Friendly
Friendly
banter.
one-sided banter.
Yeah.
Maybe stop
One-sided.
being such a good victim.
I have no fucking way. I have no fucking response to that.
Good.
Oh, I'm so
Continue.
sorry.
Every friend group has one.
What do you mean the friend group has a fucking victim?
It's
You
an
know,
old
4
meme,
or 5
Belzy.
people
it's
agree
one of
to
those-
bullying.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If you don't know who the victim is, it's probably you. If you don't know who the punching bag is, it's probably you.
Anonymous, thank you so much.
If you
for
don't
the
know who the gay, if
666.
you don't know who the gray, the gray, if you don't know
Thank
who
you
the gay
very
Hold on,
person
hold on.
is,
Thank you so much. They say never, Chef Boy Fauci. Thank you so much.
real.
Thank you.
Never
And it's also
save
the
him.
funny.
Never
It's also the
save
funny
him.
devil number again. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
everybody from the West Side. It's always good to see our friends from there.
Hello.
Shout out Westside.
Shout out to the West Side.
So long as you understand you have never dragged us down, and you have been nothing but a boon to me,
Thank you,
my
thank you,
creations, and my
Philby. You
team.
saw how I was
Bluey
interrupted
says,
with
or
that
more stressful.
fucking
I'm just
fine
having a
fire
bad
ass
day.
line.
But I've been thinking about this for a little bit. I respond with saying hug. Bluey responds saying hug. I say, I'm going to pay you for this month still, and if you need anything job related or otherwise, please let me know. Bluey says, thank you. I will never forget what you've done for me and my family and for me as an artist. You're the reason I met my partner and my friends. I respond with emojis, and then I say, Glooby, you've been nothing but a good friend to me since we met. Truly one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life. Glooby says, thank you.
Why would you say that to someone you've known since they were 13?
See how nice I am to him?
Yeah.
See how good I'm being to him?
She's
I
so
could
good.
never treat him in such a way.
Mhm.
I
You
would
know what?
never.
Vindicated.
And guys, I paid
Back
Glooby.
pats all around.
Backpats all around. I paid Glooby. Again, this is unfortunately, as much as I agree, this is the inherent issue with this part of the conversation. As much as this, it would prove, oh, cool anime girls.
With the
What'd you
dono,
say?
thank you.
It's the devil don't know.
Remember
The
to send
double dono.
Chef Boyardee ravioli. No.
All of the
Please
polarity.
do not send me Chef Boyardee ravioli. I will not eat it.
Okay,
Cat,
more
you know
more
what
for
you
Cat.
gotta do?
Yeah, more for
Cat?
You
Cat.
too
Send
can
them and
now
then they'll
pay
get
money.
Doritos.
Yeah, Cat will need
Yeah, love
something to
bombs.
eat when he.
Exactly.
Yeah, Cat will need something to eat when he visits. So.
Yeah. Again, Killjoy. Exactly.
We just feed him that. That's fucked up.
Wait, what are we feeding me? What the
Not
fuck?
you. Not everything's about you.
Not everything's about you, Italian man.
It's
Why are you
amazing
I
it's
talking about
said-
okay
me?
to
I
bully.
said-
ravioli man.
Yeah,
All
I
he's just the
said.
main character in this anime.
I said. Hold
I
on.
hate
I
you.
said that when Cat comes to visit us.
Mhm.
In the East Coast.
Mhm.
Don't worry, Cat. Don't worry. I wasn't gonna do that. When Cat comes to visit us in the East Coast, we have to buy cans of ravioli for him to eat. We can't have him starve.
I'm not
He's
buying
a
him
guest.
cans of ravioli. I will go down the street, go to the Italian deli, grab fresh pasta, fresh fucking raviolis. I'll make fucking sauce by hand. I will squeeze the fucking tomatoes myself, and I will make it beautifully.
That's just
Yeah, like
yapping.
Rena
That's
said,
just yapping.
Yapping. Rena said put it on the bowl on the floor. Yeah, that's exactly.
What do you mean
Exactly.
put it on the bowl on the floor? What do you mean put it in the bowl on the floor? What do you mean put it in the
Feed
bowl?
him
You don't
his
have any
favorite
tables.
canned food, for God's sake.
Guys, my name is Cat was taken, not shoe on head.
Oh my
Whoa.
god.
That was good. That was good.
Oh my god.
Not only the finest of China for our
Yes,
ravioli.
yes,
You're
yes,
now
yes, yes.
cat on head.
Oh, God. I'm not cat on head. No, he's not
Shoe
cat
was
on
taken.
head. No,
Shoe
no.
was taken.
She was taken.
She was taken
She
is
was
crazy.
taken is crazy. Ay, ay, ay. Fauci sounded like he would fit right in the Soprano crew. No comment.
Well,
No.
guess what side? Guess what coast he's on?
Fuck off. Docs? Docs me?
He said it right. He said it in his accent.
I said
You
it in
dox us all the
I
time.
dox us
Yeah.
all the time. Fuck off. Ay, ay, ay,
Fuck
ay, ay,
off.
ay.
Oh yeah, dogs. Guess which like, side of the coast you're on. Oh.
You're doxing me now.
Don't worry, Alex. I will visit you. No worries.
Yeah.
I'm not
And
Boston.
I will-
I'm not
He's on.
Boston.
God.
God
Not
damn
Get
it.
Boston.
To get back on track,
I hate
to
all
Okay,
of
get
you.
back on track,
hate all
what
of you.
Killjoy said about love bombs being our control strat for abuse is definitely fucking
Yeah.
true.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's something that fucking job places do all the time. This is not isolated.
We're a
to Demon
family.
Mama. Yeah. We're a family. We would never betray family. We'd always stick together. This is how it is. If you're in leftist spaces, and I will just address it there, aren't you concerned about this? If you're in Dr. Disrespect spaces, are you not concerned about what he's saying over there? Why aren't you? Consider it.
And same to you. I'm so sick of being sick all the damn time. That's why I'll preach this. If you're going out and about, wear bug spray. Please don't get Lyme disease or Bartonella or any tick-borne disease. It's so ass. I think that these interactions fairly characterize the positive nature of our work interactions all the way up until the end.
I want to point out that these are
What-
yeah.
Oh,
Go on.
Please
Go off.
pause somewhere else.
This
Whoa.
this clearly defines every interaction we've ever had in our work relationship.
So
Go off,
fucking
Greg.
crazy.
Say it.
I said it. What do you?
No, expand your thoughts.
No, that was
So,
enough for me.
we are like an onion. Onions have layers, Fauci.
Oh God.
And as you can see, where we paused has several fucking layers.
This is kind
Can
of
we-
artsy though. I'm kind of into it.
Oh my
Can
God.
we get this as a thumbnail?
Wait, I just want to point out regular face. What is this face right here?
This is a
Hold
sad
on.
face.
Do you mind
Deep in thought.
quickly turning off captions?
Yes.
I was
Oh,
just gonna
oh,
say that.
oh,
I was just
Oh
gonna
yeah,
say that.
turn
Let
off
Cat
captions.
do
real
his
quick,
thing.
yeah.
Let Cat do his
Let
thing.
Cat
Let
work.
Cat
Here,
do his
here.
Take
thing.
your mouse away.
I took my
There you
mouse
go.
away. Do
Thank
you want me
you.
to? Do you want me to make it bigger?
I have what I need.
Okay. Oh God.
It's like DemonMama and then like the
Lord.
It's the 5 stages of
the
grief
s-
in
the
one picture.
schizo
Yeah, it's the
other
5 stages of schizo.
personality.
Oh my God. For those who don't know, Kat is our thumbnail creator, and he does such
Artist.
a good job.
Artisan.
When we cut videos, I use Kat's thumbnails, which I
Are
need to
are
cut
of
the videos.
legal age thumbnail artist.
Are of legal age thumbnail artist. We'll get to that, by the way.
During a recent interview,
Who Cat's
Glooby
age?
explicitly lied about me multiple times. Glooby claimed that I did not support a GoFundMe that he ran outside of a retweet. In truth, I was both the first and the largest donor to his GoFundMe. This is publicly
Again,
available information,
When
which I have
we
That's
discussed
so nice.
it is very nice.
screenshotted for you here in order to avoid sharing any unnecessary private info. As you can see, I am both the first donor and the largest donor.
Look
All
how
of the
much of money I gave him.
Oh,
of
I
the
think I pointed
thing.
this out like when we were watching, like at some other time. I know it wasn't today. This isn't what we were talking about. This isn't. He's not working for you to donate to their
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. You weren't paying them for their work.
It's
This
called
is a separate.
job.
This is a separate thing.
These are
This is-
separate issues.
Yeah, I get so mad about stuff like this. I'm just
People
like,
are
this
like
isn't
saying
the
that
same.
that the money is gonna give DemonMama an out for how she treated Groovy. And I don't I still don't necessarily agree or disagree. I just think it's like it's reaching
I think that's an insane
to
thing
make
to say,
the
actually.
argument.
Thank you so
$100
much
for
your
years.
several years of employment.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Here's your
here's
paycheck.
$100.
$100.
What I would
Also,
say.
there's some pizza in the break room, you
Mhm.
guys. Oh my god.
Don't unionize.
What-
Don't unionize. Eat the pizza.
What I would say is, devil's advocate is
Okay,
it's not necessarily that the donations and the wage theft isn't quote unquote out for DemonMama, but it's a way for her to create this response and focus again 11 minutes of this 16-minute response, all
It's about
based
the
on their
money.
work. Yeah,
Yeah.
based on their work relationship and how much money DemonMama gave Glooby in and around. Now, my argument would be this: if DemonMama is going to state that they paid Glooby fairly, right, and it is a leftist value that paying your workers fairly is an important thing, then if that's the case, release the financial records. Release only Glooby's pay stubs. Release them only. You can do that. You should have had records. You should have kept records. Because in Glooby's video, Glooby shares Cash App reports. Why are you not showing Glooby's records? That's a huge thing for me. This is a bait response, right? If it was the wage theft is a bait for a response instead of never saying anything if it was just CSI. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. This is giving her a little bit of obfuscation. I don't fully agree that not talking about the wage theft is unnecessary. I don't think it is. I think it speaks to her character and speaks to that base. But it's important to highlight that this is giving her an out in this moment. She shows egg on her face for something very interesting, and I want.
Well, she also shows it because she glazes over all the stuff with Fawn, basically.
Yes.
She never denounces Fawn's behavior.
Mhm.
She never says anything about her other partner. She never says this was bad and I really need to talk to my partner about this.
Yeah.
She doesn't do anything. She takes no accountability and she says, "Oh no, I'm the victim."
again, from what I understand, their other partner Doe was not necessarily involved in this.
Right. Yes.
So I do want to kind of take them out of the equation because this is about Fawn and DemonMama.
Yes.
Because I think that that's important because they say that people lie about them. DemonMama specifically is stating that people are ferocious, that this isn't vindictive. I'm sure if DemonMama sees this video, it's going to be that we're vicious, that my vitriol is anger, that I want to harm them. I don't.
Yes, our 124 subscribers are brigading them.
Yes. Right?
Yeah, we are regretting them, we are hateful.
And you can be the 125th today if you subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, DemonMama, subscribe today.
Yeah, DemonMama, subscribe.
Please
I
subscribe.
don't think you will.
But again, that's what's really important to me. The reason I'm acting in such a way is because you are taking responsibility completely off of yourself and you're reverse predatoring it. Again, look at all the parallels between Dr. Disrespect's response and DemonMama's response. Same follow-throughs of logic. I'm not responsible for this. Other people are responsible for this. I don't take full responsibility for everything. Again and again, this is how they follow through. And if someone's going to come in and say, oh, you don't like this person or the X person, you believe this, no. These are two people that would be considerably on different sides of the political spectrum saying the same exact things.
That came in to this GoFundMe came after my retweet. So it was coming from my community. The support was coming from my community. And as you can see, that is all of the donors. Additionally, it should be noted that this GoFundMe occurred a significant amount of time after Glooby was no longer doing contract work for my channel. And yet I still supported
guess what?
it financially.
Glooby was fucking your friend for, what, 10 plus years at this point?
Hold
Like,
on. Rephrase that. Glooby was your friend,
Yeah,
not
he's read it different. It just sounds like
Glooby was DemonMama's friend from age 13. DemonMama, Glooby did the work and show the reason why he had to stop working. What does that mean? If I found out that if I was in an advantageous position where I was making a considerable amount of money and my friend is suffering, $100? Now I get it. I don't want to belittle an amount, right? And I think she'll probably say that people are belittling the amount and that's just being vindictive, right? All you did was retweet it. You didn't feature it on your platform. You didn't start like a donation pool that your tips would go into that donation pool. Why? Why did you not care? Other leftist streamers, they do that. Not even leftist streamers. A bunch of people do that. They put their ad revenue into a pot on a specific video that goes directly to a charity. Why wouldn't you do that? Again.
Also, I think I noticed a difference in both of the videos from the Dr. Disrespect and DemonMama. I think Dr. Disrespect was a bit smarter because he blamed it on Twitch.
Yeah.
And they didn't come out with anything until now, so they probably won't actually really react to it. While DemonMama put the blame on the minor who has actual screenshots and evidence, so her claims can easily be disproven.
And with my platform. I do not know why he would lie about this, except to try and make me look bad. Especially because I know that Glooby knows that I donated to that. He ran the GoFundMe and took the money out of the GoFundMe. Later, Glooby claimed that
If I remember correctly, Killjoy correct me, or anybody in the chat correct me that watched the Westside Tyler video. I'm pretty sure Glooby mentioned that DemonMama did donate. I may be misremembering incorrectly, but in that video, I feel like it's done that. And yeah, DemonMama's community is about, has done a bunch of fundraising. You're absolutely correct. Community fundraising. But I remember Glooby saying something to the effect of that DemonMama did give money. Yeah, he did. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Again, this video is created to assume that Glooby didn't say that. But Glooby did.
I want to just point out, terrible people can do good actions, and good people can do terrible actions.
Exactly.
Just because you've done some charity work here and there doesn't unpedophile the pedophile.
Doesn't ungroom the groomer.
Ungroom the groomer. Unpedophile the pedophile.
Alleged in Minecraft.
Unfile the pedal? Like what?
Oh my god. God damn it. Oh my god.
It's just like she does mod nights where she raises money for her unpaid mods. Oh, I'm gonna screen cap that, send it to Diesel.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Wait, you guys don't get paid?
Most definitely a big thing is she's using a lot of oh, I do all this good stuff. So obviously ignore all this terrible screenshots I just showed you because I'm actually just helping. That and it's very crazy that for how much they're a part of like a co-op with Vosh and all those other people in that business, to then not be paying out the people working for them.
Anthology, this video was created in assumption her audience didn't watch the video. Very
Of
much
course
so,
not.
I get that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, for
very
sure.
much how this is portrayed. Because again, she is using screenshots that Glooby has used and given increased context for.
Spent $5,000 getting my tongue split instead of paying my team. This is false in multiple ways. My
Why
tongue
did
split was a
you
gift
show
from my
that?
partner. I have
Yeah.
never
prove
refused
that
to pay for
why
my
did
she
you
got her
show
tongue
that?
split.
Additionally,
No, you
my
have to
tongue
prove
split
it.
cost approximately
Real quick too.
1/10
I actually
of
meant
his
to
claimed
rewatch that part in Tyler's video, but I just forgot. When they were talking about this, I think all that was said that it just seemed strange that it was mentioned that DemonMama just didn't have any money, or like, or said that they didn't have any money to pay them at that moment. But then all of a sudden she goes on a trip and gets her tongue split.
Well,
Not that they said it costs $5,000 to get it
Mhm.
done.
And
'Cause
that
I
was,
remember that being my mistake because I didn't hear it correctly the first time, and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." But like, I don't think it's more than like 500-600. But that wasn't really the
So-
point of what they were saying in that part of the interview. I could be wrong. I'll probably just listen to it on my own.
So when I
sorry.
was listening to, I was watching Chris and Art cover this yesterday.
I'll be right back. You guys keep going.
Excuse me, and
Yeah.
they actually went and did like some off the cuff research on how much it actually costs to get your tongue split in Canada, and the number they came up with was somewhere between 600 on the low end and something like 1,800 or even 3,300 on the high end in Canada. And if you were like translate that to, Patriot dollars, it would be around 5,000. Are we saying that's what happened? No, but a precursory search does say like somewhere between that kind of number. Am I saying Glooby made it up or is misremembering? No, I'm not Glooby, so, and we don't honestly know. And right now, DMM is saying it costed this much is just going on of her recollection of it. Like, you didn't provide any kind of like documentation of how much this cost. You would have a receipt from how much this procedure would have cost, but you didn't provide it to like prove that Glooby was lying. You're just saying Glooby was lying. Okay, well, prove that he was lying. Show the receipt or any kind of documentation of the procedure to show that it actually costed this amount. But you didn't do that. We come back to, like we did with Dr. Disrespect, it's all of this is no
Hearsay.
sources, just trust me.
And
We
that-
need to have more trust in people.
It's always trust me. I'm a trusted source. I would not lie to you. If I remember correctly, part of the receipt, she wouldn't have a receipt. It's a surgery. She would have received the medical record and would be itemized breakdown. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
But
yes.
something
Fair
really,
enough.
But something really interesting on top of that too, that is the obfuscation point, was it wasn't just the tongue split. It was also there was a trip involved with this. Again, and Claudia, you're right. She stated that it was a time where revenue had to be shifted around and pushed off for a period of time because it was apparently a low time for the channel. Meanwhile, Glooby has access to the SEO in the background, allegedly, and is seeing how much people are being underpaid. It wasn't necessarily just Glooby. They're seeing how people are being underpaid.
Estimation. The actual cost was about $600 Canadian. I don't even know where he got the idea to place the price so high because I'm unaware of any body modder that charges so steeply for such a procedure. It seems to me, once again, to be a way of misleading viewers. Glooby then claims I also spent
Which
money
you
on
are
a
not
trippy Red
totally
concert
not
during a time
doing.
when channel income was down. This was sometime after my tongue split. It was a birthday gift from my partner, and the total cost of the ticket was about $60. While channel revenue did go down after COVID lockdowns ended, this was not unique to my channel at all, and in fact it's been acknowledged publicly by YouTube. Because everyone on my team at the time was paid a percentage of channel revenue, pay went down for all of us.
Show the records. You can't just say it and not show it.
Yeah. What?
You're not
what ticket is
exonerating
$60
yourself.
for what?
Trust her.
Was that
Trust me,
transport?
bro, is the tried and true method.
Yeah, just say it. Don't believe me. You should have financial records. I don't care if you're a fucking anarchist, which I believe DemonMama is, right? I don't fucking care. Have fucking financial records. It's stupid to not have them.
Run this show with an incredibly tight margin, and I have never put my own pay before team pay, ever. The idea I did so is a flat-out lie. Finally, as mentioned before, I am now aware that Glooby lied not only to me, but to others about his age on multiple occasions.
Okay.
According to his interview, his 18th birthday is...
Wait for it for a second, everybody. Do not forget this interaction. This interaction where they constantly question if Glooby is of age.
Listen, she forgot.
Why would you say that, oh, Glooby lied to a bunch of us? Glooby did not lie to a bunch of you. Glooby...
Especially if you have one minor in the community who sent you porn and you know they are underage, you warn the others.
Mm-hmm.
Or you
If
kick them
don't-
out.
Yeah, you
or
kick,
you kick them
firstly,
out.
firstly you kick them out, of course. But if you don't do that for whatever reason because you're insane, you warn the other people you know who interact with them.
Right, that's the other thing too. If you know that they're lying, and you can't claim that you don't know that. If I have friends with somebody for 5 years, I roughly know when their birthday is. You can't do that. You can't just say, I just don't know their birthday. Because you constantly reference their age when they apparently, allegedly, tried to send you NSFW materials. You can't just say that.
in August of 2021. Glooby told me that he was 18 in January of 2021 and again in July of 2021.
Okay.
Which I can prove.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't you have known at this point?
As you can see here.
Why not care when I was 13 but now I'm 18? It's so fucking strange. Where is the rest of this screenshot?
Yeah, funny how she only shows that
what
one
happened
message.
before and after? What happened before and after? That's really, for this particular sentence, that's really important.
Yeah, there's so much context you can think into it that everything is terrible. I hate it here.
Because
Having
here's
any context makes it look good at all.
This is the craziest one of them all. How they thought this right here was going to exonerate them, I don't understand. Because what does this doesn't prove anything. It does not prove a damn thing. She claims that Glooby has lied to her multiple times about Glooby's age. Draw pile, how are you supposed to get wild? Right? Drawing buttholes for the first time.
Excuse you, Bertholes.
Good anatomy.
Yeah, say it right.
Bertholes.
Good anatomy project.
I'm sorry, Glooby.
And this is
Looking at the
2021.
dates, can you go back to the one that talks about the draw pile is supposed to get wild?
Yeah.
So it is 2019. So we already have the confirmation. This is back when they were underage, and then there's DemonMama actively encouraging not safe for work content to be drawn and or shared with the minor.
Exactly.
And also in the screenshot in that she has in the video, it would Glooby would still be minor by her time frame too.
It's just this image right here is them actively condoning it.
Yeah.
Yo, Chad, who up drawing bird holes?
Stop. Stop. These
Draw
are
your best bird holes.
But I wanted to point this out though.
Art contest.
But I want to
I was just going to say that in an art contest, but it's only bird holes.
I hate you.
Yeah, I love watching Sesame Street. There's there's Ernie.
Elmo.
There's Big Bird. There's Bert Hole.
Again. All right. Let's
I love you, Kat.
Let's focus up. Thank you. I want to talk about this.
Maya said,
About
what about
bird holes?
Ernie holes?
I can't talk about anything serious. Jesus Christ.
We just want the funsies.
I know.
They tickle my brain funny.
This isn't funny.
I know,
It
I
sucks.
For those who don't
Tell me
know,
about the
who
holes.
don't,
Yeah.
fucking
Like
holes.
sad and evil.
No.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I want to
Exactly.
get through. I mean this in the nicest way possible because I know we have a lot of Westside people. DemonMama sucks so bad. My heart goes out to Glooby so much. Killjoy, if you could grab that the link for them again, I'd appreciate it. But like this song, I'm gonna laugh about bird holes for 2 minutes, okay?
Yes. We need the funny juice for our brains.
What the funny juice.
The funny juice for my brain juice.
Typically,
we-
on this channel we do cover like funnier topics. Not just like very serious shit. This screenshot out. This is from 2019. They are active, as Makari said, they're actively encouraging Glooby to show NSFW materials. Yeah, but and that's the thing. This is his account showing this. And again, in 2021, it's being discussed. Glooby's birthday is if I remember correctly, Glooby's birthday is in August, if I remember correctly.
Don't dox. Don't dox Glooby.
No, it was confirmed, I believe, for reasons.
What?
Wait, no.
What?
I don't know.
So I can't say guess which coast you're on, Mr. Sopranos. But you can just say that it's confirmed. He's not paying
What the
attention.
fuck? Support Glooby's
He-
butthole
he
drawings?
suspected again.
Yeah.
I said that like 5 minutes ago.
Glooby is now an
Killjoy,
adult.
it's Bert.
It's
Bertle.
Bertol, actually.
I don't
Glooby's
let
now
you
an
edit.
adult.
I can't
Look it
yeah,
up.
I wish one day the
Don't
mods
look
done
it up.
Just
on
support
YouTube
the
would be
whole.
better.
Support the holes.
I don't.
Support the
Wait,
holes.
stop saying
Please go
support
be
the
a porn
holes.
artist.
Fuck! Why are you saying
are
support the
against women
holes?
again?
Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ!
We say
Jesus Christ,
support
Jesus
the
Christ.
holes because we are caring.
Yeah,
Chat,
exactly.
Because we are bottoms.
chat, post holes in chat.
I don't.
Holes in chat.
Stop! 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 Don't post the holes in chat. Don't
Oh my
stop.
god, if you just type hole in image search, you see the hole. That's crazy.
What is happening? What is happening?
Yeah.
What the
I
fuck
was
is happening
thinking
in
of
this
07
chat?
for-
holes.
Image
07
Guys,
for
guys,
holes.
this is-
07 holes.
Hole, but spelt with a W.
There's a lot of plot holes. No, no, please, guys. What the fuck is happening? Please, no.
You've heard of Post Malone, now Post Mahole.
Holy shit.
I
Oh my
It is
god.
so wholesome.
Glooby's birthday is confirmed to be after this date. They are
Okay.
still 17 at this time. You know their age, and we'll get to why that's important again.
In January of
Also,
2020
why did you not read this one? A
Listen,
whole new
DemonMama can't
world.
read. Don't be mean.
No.
in July of 2020.
Okay, so again, this system of things, right? And you're like, why are they cutting this off? Why would they not include this? I'm not anymore. You've always been respectful about that. Why are you cutting it off? Because you referenced this entire screenshot before. Why are you cutting it off now?
I say it might feed his ego, but it is really funny. And Glooby says it'll feed the horny minds, including mine. By the way, if you're worried about not safe for work stuff, I'm 18, so we vibin' cuz. In this message, he is referencing the fact that I had previously set boundaries with him about sending any sort of artwork that could be construed as not safe for work.
But why did
Sure,
you...
honey.
Why did you not reinforce the boundary?
I
She
only ever
here's
offer
on the
contract
one
thumbnail work-
screenshot. She even encouraged it.
Yeah.
When he draw the hole.
Yeah. We have evidence of you showing in 2019 when you know that they are not even... You know they're not 18 yet. You already know in 2019 they're not 18 yet. You're encouraging it. And you even mention in this video that you're encouraging their artistic expression, but you don't want it shared with you. What the fuck does that mean? Because you are an NSFW writer with and your partners do NSFW art. We didn't include this. For those who don't know, Fawn's art is literally tagged with the Shota, literal tags of like child porn. Like it just I'm getting angry.
One child porn.
Yeah, it's just like, and it's specifically for those who don't know, the images that were shown in the video, Beckett, Copaseed Beckett, you should watch his video in my opinion, also dug into it like about 9 months ago. The art that is drawn by Fawn, if I remember correctly, it's Fawn that draws the art, that is specifically always Pokemon in their first form. It is what a lot of people would equate with their child
Pichu.
forms. Yeah, it's the first stage. It's never anything, from what I understand. It didn't seem like it was anything above, and it's always that childlike whimsy and wonder that they continue to show. Yeah, it's the ghost child.
And everyone knows the Pokemon porn artist always draw Charizard.
Yes, CP. Thank you. But it's literally like CP tags. Like at this point,
work to build his profile as an
Cry me a
artist.
river.
I wanted to be supportive of his aspirations as an artist. It's deeply upsetting to me to now know that Glooby repeatedly lied to me in order to try and circumvent my boundaries and get
Glooby didn't. You knew Glooby's age. We have evidence of you knowing Glooby's age. You know their age.
Children are just so mean to adults, you guys. It's crazy.
paid work from me and my channel. Just 2 weeks before this harassment campaign against me began, Glooby and I were
Again, harassment, just like Dr. Disrespect. It was planned. It was a smear campaign planned by Twitch. It's the same thing right now. It's a smear campaign by violent extremists.
speaking positively and supportively. We have only ever had one small issue, which was a crediting mistake that I made when we redid our YouTube auto descriptions. When I was made aware of the issue by Glooby, I resolved it within 13 minutes, and Glooby stated there was no bad feelings between us. I have always been reachable and open to Glooby, though I admit that I am significantly less so now after he publicly and knowingly lied about me to the direct monetary benefit of specific drama channels who have used his words
Drama.
to enact a violent and
Again.
deranged campaign against me.
Wait, you mean us? Yeah, we're a drama channel. Thanks. Thanks for the shout out. I appreciate it.
I thought we were a Christian mingle chat.
What do you mean we're
Yeah.
Christian mingle?
Christian.
I find it strange and unsettling that Glooby claims to have had issues with me or my community, but never once raised any of these issues to me, to my mod team, or even to my lead mod, who is in a position to field issues.
How would they raise the issue to you? You literally just showed the fact that they were sick. You blasted their fucking entire medical career. You're saying, oh, they should have brought it up to me. Glooby was having seizures. Glooby was vomiting. It's something that Glooby does share. Glooby was experiencing a lot of medical issues. And you're saying, oh, Glooby should have brought this up to me. When? When was Glooby gonna fucking do this? It's not the miner's responsibility. It's your responsibility. Furthermore, you're the business owner. It's your responsibility. I don't like this fucking infantiling business owner shit. You know better. If Glooby is claiming that he was unfairly paid and there is wage theft there, and he's come to the determination, learning the term, learning the understanding, and he felt that way but just didn't understand the term to it. My entire issue is this. If you want to defend yourself, show the financial records where you pay Glooby. You don't need to show any of the other mods, thumbnail artists, or any of the other people working on the chat behind the scenes. You don't even have to show how much you're making. Show Glooby's payment structure. Because you also have to show how much the channel is earning, because you said it was percentage-based. So how much is the channel earning, and what percentage is Glooby making? You said it was percentage-based. Show it. Show the financial records. The same thing with Dr. Disrespect. Show the whispers. You have the opportunity to. If it exonerates you, do it. Don't give me this fucking pussyfoot shit.
Things up. Those of you who are concerned viewers have been made victim of a grossly misleading moral panic with the explicit goal of damaging my reputation and career. The perpetrators of this campaign of harassment and
It was
false
the
allegations
Illuminati.
have directly
Career.
engaged in deliberate doxing and
And also, they also
explosive death threats to
explicitly
myself.
say it's a moral panic.
Everyone is just doing drama where it's not.
Or it really comes off to trying to go, hey, you're calling me a pedophile because of the LGBT angle.
I expect that certain people will
I
continue
know
their
she acts like
harassment
everyone
campaigns
is
undeterred by
stalkers.
truth, but I do not intend.
Yeah, everyone is a stalker.
Yeah, she's acting like it's the content creators who are like, yeah, she's evil, she's a pedophile, blah, 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 blah. They don't even claim that. With Tyler, for example, he just showed what happened, with Glooby, and did an interview with him. And just because Glooby talked about his experience from the side he has, and Tyler informed him a bit about, yeah, you were underpaid, dude.
There's this weird rhetoric that like Tyler led him, right? Led him through the interview. We're not gonna touch that for a second. I want to touch on something important though, in regards to Glooby's knowledge of financials. Glooby alleges that Glooby had the exact ability to see the SEO, was able to see the channel's revenue, was able to see everything behind the scenes. I'm the only one of this channel that can do that. I'm the only one who has access to all of that.
Show off.
Yeah,
But
rub
what
it
I,
in.
but what I mean by that, but I'm frank with you guys. Glooby knew and let it go because he didn't know what to do. He didn't know any better. That comes
Yep.
from a lack of financial literacy because he's a child. And even when he turns 18, he still doesn't understand the concept of it because he's working. This is his job. This is the only job that he currently has at that point. He doesn't have the financial acumen to understand it. Having the ability to have the managing moderator ability is insane. Nobody has that on this channel. And that's not to say somebody won't. But
And we
the
aren't
reason,
even minors.
obviously minors. But the reason I say that is having that level of responsibility as your friend and as your employee, that's a lot to put on you. That's a lot.
It's also really easy for that to go haywire, because didn't the Illuminati or Blair do that to a different person? I forgot who it was. But she had the that type of accessibility to someone's YouTube channel and deleted a bunch of his videos.
Wasn't it the click or something?
Tommy C. I
Yes, it's
believe
Tommy
I
C.
believe
Yeah,
it was
yes.
Tommy C.
Wait,
when
Illuminati
she
had
was
access to
working for
Tommy
Shock-
C's?
You weren't
Yeah.
here for the
Point.
Illuminati.
They
No,
were
it
from
wasn't.
Shocking the
Yeah,
Point,
You weren't here for
and
that.
when she left, she deleted all the videos
Yep,
she
it was
was in.
Tommy C.
Jesus
Yep, it was Tommy C.
Christ.
She played a character called Sarah Jessica Warren, otherwise known as SJW. It was a character that she
Get
played.
it? Ha ha ha.
And of
So
course,
funny.
that didn't fit with her new left identity.
I hope that you as viewers will maintain a critical eye, especially to demonstrable serial liars and their drama farming monetization
Demonstrable serial liars.
monetization schemes that parasitically hurt others for their own gain while they go on violent and unhinged tirade.
True.
This calculated harassment campaign has been deeply hurtful
true,
and
bestie.
harmful to me and those close to me.
She's
I
spitting.
cannot overstate the pain and disappointment that I feel at having endured weeks of the most vile false allegations and abuse. It has spiraled into hurting numerous people associated with me in an attempt to hurt me.
We've shown a lot of evidence that DemonMama knew. Let's look what she has to say to her base, right? So this is just in regards to the fact that people did feel hurt that she was not addressing it, and it felt very manipulative that she kept avoiding it. Oh, you're featured in the comments, Killjoy. Yeah, she curated. I've been told she's deleted comments. Unfortunately, I didn't find it at the time, but I do want to highlight this comment. It took me a while to speak on it because having horrific and vile false allegations thrown against you by someone who doxes you. Again, your name is public. You didn't hide it. He didn't go searching for it somewhere else. Your name is out there. You put it on the internet. That's kind of life sometimes. And goes after your family is extremely distressing and requires extreme care and considerations for safety of everyone involved, not just myself. Again, you did not even comment on the fact that Fawn was sending messages. All you said, they didn't know. Why didn't they know? Because you're not a good partner in telling them. This is not an allegation. This is the reality. You're a terrible partner. Terrible partner.
Yeah, if nothing else, then that's Sophie.
If you want to disavow everything else, that's fine. If nothing else, you are a shitty partner. Listening to victims should not mean disregarding principles of innocent until proven guilty or serious claims require serious evidence. So what you're saying, you used those same things. You used those same moments, those same screen caps, but you conveniently ignored the other ones that Glooby showed that showed you encouraging everything. Very interesting. Narratives that are used to convince people to abandon the need for proof and a basic healthy skepticism. You mean like what you did. I'm not trying to say you did this, but I'm asking for you to think carefully how you might handle the treatment I and my family have gone through. This is guilting. You don't understand the abuse I've suffered. You don't get it. I understand that you're skeptical, but how does that make me feel? I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit how this kid felt. I don't give a shit that I took advantage of somebody. Me. How did I feel? Me.
It's a DemonMama show.
Disproving lies is harder than telling them in the first place. This statement makes no sense. If you are disproving the lies and you have evidence to the contrary, which you did not show and actually incriminated yourself more than once, that's not true. Not at all. Don't come at me with that bullshit. No anger or hate towards you, just try to understand my position and why I might be reluctant to give something this vile and surreptitious the precious moments of my life in stream time.
Oh.
What else are you doing?
You know what? Vindicated.
And there's a lot of people who like actually commented that they felt like she was not addressing it and did not address it sooner. Yeah, with the Xander Hall stuff, it's like innocent until proven guilty unless it's someone you don't like. I'm very neutral on the Xander Hall stuff. I think some of the things that were said were kind of cringe and probably shouldn't have been said. I'm very neutral on it. I think that it's just all kind of dumb.
I think it was fun.
Cringe is cringe. It's fine.
Yeah.
You go,
I think
"Ha ha," and
Xander
move
Hall
on.
should. I think Xander Hall should not have been literally fed posting to someone and saying that shit.
Jerry,
in a fucking Discord message. Like, I will call Xander Hall out on that. I'm like, dude, you should not have been saying that to anybody.
Yeah, those are inside thoughts.
I mean, yeah, those are inside thoughts that you should not be saying. Like, you should be getting help, dude. Like, I don't know enough of Xander Hall to really just talk shit at the dunk on him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. Am I gonna say he needs fucking help? Yeah, he needs help.
Yeah, again,
But,
I'm not here to shit on him, and I don't think Q is either. You are welcome to make any decision to address my community here with was difficult given the extreme nature of some of my harassers at this juncture. You should have made this video. The other thing too is that what she's claiming as harassers are her own audience asking her to address this because she refused for the longest time to address it. She was back
Yeah,
like
how
what?
dare them questioning her?
Exactly.
How dare them?
Why can't they, listen to them? Again, listen to victims is quickly becoming one of the most insidious phrases of this current decade. I hate that anyone misled to believe the false things about me. It hurt me to my absolute core. Every comment I got on it hurt, but I didn't, and there's nothing to this comment. She either deleted it or didn't finish it. To be super clear, I don't think DM is a predator. I appreciate a response. I still think that the situation has been handled negligibly or negligently. It should have been explained to monitor why it's inappropriate to send NSFW materials to an adult, that they should not do so, and then remove them. I'm in my 30s, and if a minor asked me to send NSFW art, I would remove them from my server/block. This whole situation should have been nipped in the bud and by ending the employment, paying their work out, and letting them know that you continue to work with a minor. Also, the whole show sex toys thing to a minor wasn't addressed either, but okay. Again, you're missing the very center point of my video. I was lied to for the entire length of the contract work and beyond. That is really interesting.
Me when
Listen,
I
was
force a
lied to, so it's
13-year-old,
fine.
me when I
You
force
are
a
lying.
13-year-old to write a contract, and that's also a lie.
So remember,
Allegedly.
remember, Glooby is not. I looked back and I figured out when Glooby first started working for the channel as a thumbnail artist. The oldest video for Glooby's art is March 30th, 2021.
Remember when they learned about the age?
Remember when they learned about the age exactly. They've known Glooby's age this entire time. If you are entering into a contract with Glooby, you would have to have their age verified with their license. If they're filling out a W-2 eventually and they have to write this off and they have to submit their payment, submit their revenue for taxes, you have to have that information as well.
Listen, children are just cheaper.
Again, look at this. March 30th, 2021. Remember, but they were lied to. Again, parents' permission, right? So think
Hey,
about
chat. I'm editing something. Can you guys throw buzzwords about DemonMama in the chat? Just throw a bunch of buzzwords.
that I wanted to cover.
Contracts, hypocrite, and your first grade. I think contracts a good one.
I've had to learn the hard way that a lot of people on the internet, for a lot of people, the internet erodes their sense of humanity and connection to others. Like, go fuck off. Like, literally go fuck off. Yeah, W-2 ask for age. Yeah, you have to have your like date of birth. It's tied to your social. All those, your social security number is tied to your birth, like your birth date. Like that, there's a bunch of things that have to go into your W-2.
But it hurt her in her soul.
Again, she's commenting on a lot of
Are
things.
people just like not scared of the IRS as much anymore?
I don't know.
I guess not.
No, I
Like,
think,
I
I
don't-
think
they
they
don't-
need to do a campaign.
Like listen,
It'd be a shame if this person got reported to the IRS.
It would be, right? Really, don't know what the
I
exact
don't
number
say
is.
that generally. Don't. It might grab. But just like I don't know how you start doing stuff and you don't immediately think like, oh God, how do I make sure that the government doesn't try to fucking get me in the middle of the night? I think I'm paranoid, chat.
Kaneko Art, you have to understand that your social, like everything that's attached to you, like it has your personal identifying information attached because it has to be associated with you. Right, I'm not crazy. Your social is on your W-2, your W-4, correct? I'm not like insane.
The social number.
If you get hired,
What is
if
a
you get hired through
W4?
a
Yeah.
Their tax forms. If you
Oh.
get hired through a legitimate business and you
Mhm.
have to file or they have to file paperwork that you are employed through them, you have to provide your social and like forms of identification.
Yeah, forms, and that's the other thing, forms of ID.
I
Right?
don't know what the extent is for contract work. I'm assuming it's the same or similar, but also I don't believe that was the case here. I don't believe.
There was no formalities.
Yeah, there were no formalities.
I don't think so. Which
But
is
again,
why I feel
Look
like
here,
maybe
this is
you know, I
somebody
didn't know.
in her audience that doesn't know the drama. Since you platformed a person who engaged in the same exact behavior towards my partner who does YouTube. I don't know who this person is. Don't know what the exact drama is or care, and haven't gotten to your channel since you platformed a person who engaged in the same exact behavior towards my partner who also does YouTube. You also allowed this person to weaponize false accusations, so apparently this is something that is being referenced, that she's done this before.
Kareneko Art, yes, you were born
Yeah.
with one.
You basically you come out in America, they wrap you in the American flag and they stamp it on your butt.
They give you
I believe it.
they send you a little piece of paper that is worse condition than truck stop toilet paper, and you are legally obligated to not laminate it.
Yeah,
Nice.
they come. The card you get is on like this super flimsy tissue,
Mhm.
thick tissue like paper. You're not allowed to protect the card in any way because if you damage it, it's invalid and you have to get a new one. So you basically have to keep it in a super secret, safe place so nobody can steal your identity, but also don't lose it or else.
And it's how you pay into your retirement fund. Oh no, it's all empty now.
Yeah.
It is a 9-digit serial number for every U.S. citizen, pretty
Mhm.
much, that
Yeah.
has a
Can you read it
retirement
out
tied
loud
to
for
it.
me?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Unfortunately
666-666-666-666.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
420.
8, 9.
But it's same as like a birth certificate type paperwork that you're given as a form of identification, even though they promised us that it wouldn't be used as a form of identification.
So-
Killjoy, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Killjoy, as always. 07's in the chat for Killjoy. So I wanted to highlight this thing. I did not see this comment there, and I do want to highlight it. Because again, remember what Dr. Disrespect said. It was Cody Connors and apparently Twitch people. He surmises they all banded together to attack systematically the two-timer. Just remember when I read this. I truly hope that you never have to experience a random, insane, violent man crawling into every corner of your life to try and scrounge up anything he can remotely stretch to try and perpetuate a campaign of vile, false allegations against you while threatening your life and the lives of your loved ones. There was never any threats to your life. I watched that video. You can watch our stream. If I heard threats
You know
to your
what?
life, I would have told you.
She's cooking.
She's cooking. Let her
Men
cook.
are at fault.
Men are at fault. Do you know how many people have tried to abuse me for attention? I didn't deflect anything. I simply wanted to try to be able to run my show without harassment from an insane person's community, weaponizing the verifiable lies someone who left my team years ago. What lies? Because those are Fawn's accounts. That's Fawn's public account that was found.
When they say accusations and lies when it's literally out of their own mouth.
Your context is there. I pulled up your conversations with Glooby. Really interesting how they're lies when it's convenient for you, but not convenient for everybody else, right? It's easy to sit in my comments of my videos with a default avatar and generically anonymize my name, critiquing me from the comfort of your keyboard, while I had to take time and disprove lies you disproved nothing, in order to keep my family and friends safe.
Keep
Again,
yourself safe, Demon Mama.
keep yourself safe, right? No. People can say whatever the fuck they want on the internet. It's purely parasociality, and it's most deluded to think that I or anyone else is obligated to respond to the violent and hateful ranting and ravings of random online people. Again, these were people in your audience that were calling. We just highlighted somebody in your audience who was asking why you didn't address this. I saw other posts. I didn't read them out loud. I probably should have, but there were other posts that were like, oh, you finally addressed this. I'm really glad. Again, there are people on your original comeback stream that just asked why you didn't address this. You should have addressed this. Now, we all know you curate your responses, so I'm sure you deleted those. And that's not a good look. You're not justified in hassling me or throwing any semblance of innocence until proven guilty, or standards of evidence you just because you get worked up by internet drama. Again, you're a drama farmer. You can't be legitimate. Burgeoning lolcow, what is wrong with you genuinely? Do you even remember that you and the other people on this internet are human beings? So this is doublespeak, and this is a really interesting way of using doublespeak. Is you are treating me as subhuman while I'm accusing you of being subhuman. You're forgetting your humanity because it's the internet, while treating me as being something other. And my insinuation is you're being subhuman.
Also, remember how she treated Xanderhall during her nuke stream?
Yep.
And then she has the
Capacity.
balls to say this, the audacity to say this.
Because those guys are doxing you was completely insane if they're going to walk, whatever. I don't really care about that right now. Right?
And aside from that, no one on the internet is a real human.
Because what you're saying is that you're not real either. You're not real either. That's the end of it, right?
None of y'all are real to me.
None of you can be real.
I'm
You're
not
just funny
real.
You're just funny voices in my pewter.
Exactly.
It's
Those funny voices
insane.
in my head.
I can't understand what the thought process is behind that, where you think that it's okay, you think that it's appropriate to spread lies, right? Because if you're saying lies are being spread about you, why would you do the same? So let's go into some of the fun little things that Killjoy has curated for us. Always 07's in the chat for Killjoy.
Face Killjoy.
All right,
Killjoy.
let's read this fucking.
We love Killjoy.
So
Zoom
this
it-
was
zoom
on
it
her
out a-
return
or
stream. Apparently.
Zoom it out a little bit more because you can't
Okay.
see the end of it
There's
there.
a chat. Okay.
There's perfect.
There we go. According to Tyler, it's being handled by the proper authorities. There's no reason to address it. It's also a highly complex situation that can't really be broken down properly online, where everything is taken out of context, clipped, lied about, and where any statement, no matter how clear, will be twisted to be against you. Interesting. It's pointless to engage with such things, and there are more proper ways to handle it. Oh God. I'm speaking as someone who has done actual paraphilic psychological research. And it's frankly impossible to talk about the research online because people are willfully ignorant. In light of this, it's best to keep things in the proper place and do the proper thing. The same is true for this case. Call out culture, and people that prop it up are not interested in the truth nor clarity, so it's best not to engage with it. So you're telling her not to engage. You're telling her not to engage. I get it. You're doing studies. Maybe don't reveal everything about you. There was no child grooming, nor was a child exploited. Not legally, not metaphorically.
This is the same person?
Apparently. Presumably it's the same person or a series of... Let me just double check because I have... It's the same person. Speaking as someone who, again, researched paraphilias, including the kid-oriented one, which includes talking with victims and with abusers, this misses a lot of what would be needed to identify it as grooming. Also, as a victim myself of grooming while I was a child,
Of course.
they're not isolated. Yes, they are.
And he spoke in private with
They spoke in private. They were not pulled away from other social circles. If you watch the video, Glooby expressed how DemonMama and her friend group was there when Glooby had to drop out of school. You ignoramus. They were not, according to any info, pressured into anything. That's not the only criteria. You're missing the criteria where sexual conversations become very easily approachable because it's slowly built over time.
Listen, that person is a researcher.
At worst, you could describe what happened at high school stupidity, because in many high schools you will find similar behavior, and it's not called grooming. A 16 and 20-year-old being mutually engaged in dumb behavior is not new. They were not 16 and 20. You dumbass, she met him when he was 13, she was 26. Fucking can't do simple math.
Math is hard.
I'm not even gonna fucking read the rest of this shit. There's no evidence there is no evidence that DM meaningfully manipulated Glooby into lowering pay. You want to know why? Because she won't release the financial records. Glooby is alleging it. Show the financial records. He's showing a decrease in his own revenue.
Sentence.
What's the last sentence? Fuck me. If all the evidence was true, nobody was tangibly harmed in the ways you want them to be. Rather, it's fairly clear that there's very much poor behavior and decision making. That's all. There's no time to inflate the horror of this situation. I don't think I can read any more of these.
Why are these all getting upvoted? Got upvoted so much.
Because these are on her channel.
That's crazy.
Oh, I remember this one. Because Killjoy sent me this sentence alone, and I freaked the fuck out. What did I justify? It was illegal and harmful. From my understanding of the law, there is no such thing as 18+ art legally. There is obscene art, and there is non-obscene art. This person was born without a frontal lobe. This person fucking...
Real troglodyte hours.
Yes.
Are you telling me they have the rest of their brain?
I don't know if they have a fucking brain.
I read ahead of you. Holy shit. You gotta get to it. You gotta get there. Hold on.
You gotta get... I wasn't trying to be mean, but yeah, you gotta please.
Read faster.
It gets worse?
It got crazy.
Oh God!
If you need to, someone else can read it.
Everybody,
British, you keep coming at the weirdest time. I love you.
British, here we go. The video will be done tomorrow. Love you, British. We're gonna get
Killjoy. This is amazing. Killjoy, you cooked. Thank you.
Killjoy, I'm gonna tell you this right now because you my homie. This is hurting me.
He's gonna kiss you in the mouth.
I would if I could. For art to be considered obscene, it has to fulfill all 3 criteria of the Miller test. Why? And it is extremely rare for anything to be considered obscene, and it's enforcing of its lowest priority because it's legitimately detracts from enforcing law against real predation. This is why gore art and necro art, my beloveds.
You couldn't waterboard that out of me.
Batman can't get this info out of me.
No.
He just Scarlet posted on himself. He just Scarlet posted on himself. Holy fuck.
Oh my God, read further. Read faster. Come on.
And various other types of art are completely legal in the US. Obscene art cannot be sent to minors. Actually, that's not entirely true.
Read.
But it cannot be sent to adults. And
What?
in fact, it's not legal to distribute any obscene material. That art would be obscene material, you stupid fuck! And it includes these things such as snuff and sesam. As such, while you might describe it as it's weird or morally upsetting, it's not illegal for a minor to create or be sent.
Continue. Push through the
You gotta
pain.
push through. You gotta push
This
through.
is amazing.
There's no
Where
fucking
where are
way.
you?
Yeah,
There's
let
no-
Cat read it. Let Cat cook. Let Cat cook.
There's no fucking way.
I'll just pick up from here. As such, while you might describe it as weird and morally upsetting, it is not illegal for a minor to create or be sent NSFW art as long as it has not been ruled obscene. I don't even like obscurity laws anyway. They're easy to use against queer people and have been used in the past to make queer representation illegal. Thank you.
Oh my.
I
Because
am,
all
Please
queer
I am
people are
well.
into
I'm not into.
Oh.
Stop to this.
Oh my god.
I am well. I'm not into lowly show cub. I'm not into IRL stuff either. Not that being into such would make anyone unwell. It's more complicated. DSM-5TR discusses it page 780. And on that paraphilia, it goes into detail on page 791. I have my weird fetishes, paraphilias, blood play, cutting, whipping, necrosomno. But I've been to
Okay.
therapists and multiple psychiatrists, and not
I
a
remember,
single
I
one
remember this
told me
one. I remember
that
this
I'm
one. Fuck.
doing anything wrong. So I think I'm doing pretty well. Thank you. I don't have any sex disorder either, so I don't even know to go to therapy. Please stop weaponizing therapy and supportive language to be shitty because that is actually a known abuser tactic, what she's doing. Just look up
Yeah.
weaponized therapy language. Just like you, I have weird interests and odd opinions. There's no need to act like I need help when page 780
Oh
through
my
like
god.
810 in the
Oh my god, this hurts
DSM-5TR
me.
is
Look,
clear
guys,
I do
the
not.
DSM
The DSM
says
said-
I'm not fucking crazy.
This
Bring
is
back
crazy.
weaponized
Do
therapy.
you guys want to know who reads the? So I work in mental health. Do you want to know the fucking people who read the DSM to explain everything about themselves? The fucking crazy people.
I
Yeah,
don't
The
even know what
crazy
that is.
people.
What is that?
it's,
The DSM is
DSM.
diagnostic
Yeah.
diagnostic statistic manual for psychiatric disorders.
it's
That's-
basically the big book
Yeah.
of like crazy people.
Yep.
It's the big book of red flags
This
I
is-
use to
This
find
is
women.
amazing.
Stop.
It's a resource
That's
to
okay.
diagnose people. That's it.
Is it crazy
Doesn't mean
to
you don't have it.
fetishize the DSM fee?
Yo, yeah, he's got a book fetish. I don't even understand.
This is an amazing read. This is an amazing find.
Love crazy
This
people.
needs to
Holy
be.
shit,
This needs to
Killjoy.
be laminated.
Are
Yeah,
you
this
kidding
is
print
me?
this
Not
out.
this.
Not in
No.
my.
I will
Not in
frame
my
it.
Not
house.
in my house.
somewhere
Not
else.
in my
Guys,
house.
Also,
Not in my
there's
house
no
or
need to say
something.
I will
DSM-5.
frame it.
Just
Says
it's 5.
DSM-5.
Just say 5.
Also, yeah, what a fucking nerd.
Okay. So,
Just say 5.
Cloudy, what's the thing? What is it? Clean. What is it? What's the phrase that you say? I can't remember what the fuck it is. It's kill, clean shot.
Maslow's hierarchy is not being
Oh,
met.
the
What's the
the
phrase?
Keem the
Keem
Keem star.
meme. The Keem meme.
I want this guy dead. Clean
Keem
shot.
shot.
This guy dead.
Yeah.
I want this guy dead. Clean shot in Minecraft. It's a way to defend and wave away child predation, endangerment, and grooming.
This is a DemonMama defender.
Yeah.
Am I reading that
I
right?
love how the
Yes.
defender always
yeah.
manage to make the person look even worse.
This again is a defense why children should be getting pornographic materials because DemonMama and Fawn did nothing wrong involving a minor in NSFW spaces because there's the DSM said so.
See, the DFM says he isn't crazy. Say whoever.
Yeah, and all the therapists say that he's not crazy as he's holding them at knife point. Like, what the fuck? Like, what?
Where did I say that was a good thing? I don't think it should have happened, but it's not grooming or abuse by any stretch of the imagination. Nobody's being abused by simply seeing art in a GC where they also post similar art. If it was, then I want you to tell me that my ex in high school, who was 19 while I was 16, where we
Nope.
sent way worse stuff to
Nope.
one another, was grooming me, even though he was not.
Yes.
Life has
I-
nuance. Not every bad behavior needs to be grooming or abuse. You can just recognize it as bad behavior that can be corrected. When did people get so genuinely soft? Like in high school and middle school, I remember for years all kids would show like best score to one another, and nobody was ever like, "This is traumatic," and we simply moved on. I think the idea of calling being sent art grooming completely undermines and minimizes actual grooming, which I went through at a very young age, which eventually led to being sexually abused multiple times. The thing that happened was not illegal. If you just disagree with the law, then go protest, read up on it, and work to change it. You have that ability as a free agent. I also think you're still an horrible person for the whole hard drive thing. You might disagree with me on quoting the law at you, but it's not just terrible to do to a victim, but it's also terrible to do to anyone because it means you do want someone to be victimizing others so you can justify your hatred. Same as a conservative who desperately says the same thing to all trans women, same logic you both use. I, for one, am better than that and will never say that to anyone. There's absolutely no reason to. Not that you'll correct your tendency to re-victimize people and use your own abuse wholesale as a Gaussian disagreement.
Who's
I'm
going
pretty
to
sure
tell them?
13 and 26 is a little different than 16 and 19, first of all.
This guy,
But maybe my numbers and math don't work out very well.
I will say this. This guy right here would solve world peace because everyone would hate him so much they would hunt him down. Are you fucking insane? Oh, it's a high school relationship. What the fuck do you mean? A 26-year-old doesn't go to fucking high school, you idiot! Walk off a short. Just walk off a
So this is just an
short cliff,
example of like
please.
this is what gets to stay, but not any criticism or like a genuine question. This person needs help a lot, very much help.
Yeah.
You think?
This is insane. This is actually certifiably insane. Padded room. This person needs a padded room, 3 square meals a day, and to not see the sun for a little bit.
You know what it is? This is the same argument that boomers have. Well, I ate lead paint, or there was lead in my gasoline,
That
and I'm
was
just
fine.
Yeah, or my dad beat me, and I turned out just fine when they have terrible coping mechanisms.
Yeah,
Walk
you
to
walk,
school uphill both ways.
you walk too fast at them and they flinch and get mad at you. Like, yeah, okay, bud.
I was sexually assaulted and groomed. Glooby should buck the fuck up, is literally what you're saying.
Just walk it off. Just walk it off.
Are you?
This
You know
was
what? I
this
had
was
it
an
worse, so
insane
fuck all
race.
of you.
Just don't be
Yeah.
abused. Just don't be abused.
This is
Easy.
wild.
Done.
This is one of the most insane things I've ever read in my entire life.
This is
I
the I
can't-
was abused worse argument.
It's literally, it's like, but I was abused in person, online
Checkmate,
grooming.
liberal.
So what about all the people? Interesting, right? What about all of the predators who just do stuff online and get charged with the crimes they commit online? Because sending any NSFW materials to a minor is technically illegal. It's federally illegal. Weird, you stupid fuck.
Exactly.
also, just
Phobia. He
because
didn't
something-
even say no diddy at the end.
No
Fuck.
When
kidding.
something of these are legal doesn't mean it's
No, dude.
morally right
Mhm.
either.
Makari, that's exactly right. I can't fight the legality of everything. That's not what it's the same thing with fucking with Dr. Disrespect. Nobody's necessarily fighting the legality. That's for the courts to decide. But everyone has agreed what you did is morally reprehensible and you need to get checked. Your hard drive needs to be fucking searched, screened, and cleared.
Things don't have to be illegal to be fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
You
And
can't
if-
just be like, I don't want to hang out with you or watch you or do anything with you because you were weird.
Cough,
That's
cough, look
not-
at the Kiro the Wolf situation.
Mhm.
It was technically legal due to how animals are treated as property.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
is a problem. It does not make what he did okay at all.
Mhm.
Do I want to know?
Do we want to know? I don't even know. Huh?
Zeus sadism. It
Oh,
was
Oh,
bad.
great.
no.
Great. I love that for everybody. DemonMama, if this is who supports you, your entire fucking Discord needs to get checked the fuck out. They need to get checked the fuck out right now. I know you've probably been deleting things. That's pretty obvious ever since then. That's probably why you didn't speak about all of this, because you were deleting things. This is insane. This is not who you want defending you. Your entire video implicated you in understanding that Glooby was a minor, that you, at the very least, are maybe the worst partner I've ever seen in my entire life.
Ooh.
I think what's funny too, just like a little side thing, is that I forgot which comment it was or where it was. She mentioned that she didn't want to spend more of her precious time talking about this, but she made this video for her community. Why are you fighting in your comments, but you're leaving actual insane ramblings comments up. That's weird.
That's
Right,
worth
because they're
her precious
defending her.
time.
That means I know you because you're in there fighting for your life. I know you saw it.
Dude, that's
Come
on
on, come
their
on.
previous post. That's on their comeback stream post. You're allowing this shit to be there. This is insane. This is a terrible response. If you thought you fucking knocked this out of the park, your audience is not very bright.
Your
I'm
recorder's
sorry.
like, yeah, that's it. That's the one.
They are not
Oh,
very bright.
DemonMama.
They don't understand anything about politics. If they really think they do, they don't. And they do not understand who is running their community. To my panel, is there any final thoughts you guys have? I'm staring at
It's
Isaac
worth
for
saying
reasons.
that you'd want to have an inclusive community and an LGBTQ community if you're in the community, if you do identify as that. And it's worth noting that you want to be there for the youth in the community because it is so hard for many to find that in their own homes. But the extent this is taken off of Glooby's accounts and from the screenshots that are provided in the screenshots in this video, awful. This is how anyone underage. This isn't how you should conduct a community.
It does
And
not
this
make
is just
foster a safe environment for youth
Mhm.
at
and
all.
No,
this
it
is
does not.
this is just one person's account too. And we don't know anything else that happened or to anybody else.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Like it is a noble in a way to want that kind of environment, but the amount of work it takes is actually insane. Like I have a friend who works cybersecurity for Roblox. They are intense. Strict. He deals with that shit insane stuff all the time. And I'm just like, and it's just because what is Roblox? It's a game for fucking kids.
Mhm.
Like it takes so much work and effort to make sure that things stay a certain way. And
And
it's
even then-
okay to not be able to handle this as handle that as one person, but you can't. You just can't do it then because like
Hmm.
look what happens. You know,
Mhm.
people slip through, people get hurt. It's just I don't know. This whole thing is just really it's gross. It's
Yeah.
sad, and to watch her sit there and just be like, "But I was so nice, and I did this, and I'm being harassed, I'm being hurt," and they wouldn't stop talking to me. Actually, as a fucking grown adult, who I don't care, block them. Why are you being stupid? Like I can't imagine. Like let's say we're not even looking at the internet right now. Imagine a friend, coworker, whatever comes up to you and it's just like, oh, this 13-year-old just won't stop DMing me. They won't stop sending me like these weird pictures. I would just look at them sideways and be like, just block them. What is the issue? What are you doing? Like, I don't understand what the thought process was for this besides just trying to cover yourself.
Yeah.
And somehow still making yourself not look that good.
Don't talk to kids.
Yeah.
It's fucking shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Pretty much have to say the same, and that the argument that they're trying to just have a place for youth means you have to have extra scrutiny about
Yeah.
what's happening and going on because of obviously the rates that it gets abused. Which happens here is that even places like Roblox, which are heavily monitored, still has stuff slip. So a YouTuber's Discord is absolutely not the place for that.
I'm sorry.
And your entire group keeps getting ousted as sex pests. Also, very
Yeah.
side eye.
Birds of a feather, right? Real quick, Killjoy had mentioned something about a kindness.
I'll read it.
and I want to read it.
Okay, you can read it, sweetie.
I said I was the one that started talking.
Okay, Killjoy literally yells at me to read it.
Well, it's my turn now.
Okay.
Yeah, your name's on. I don't see your name on the board.
Get in line.
And so I was like, Carnissi, and I was like, huh? And then someone said, we're going to regret, Phobia said, we're going to regret this. They said, thanks. Giving a fan sent DemonMama a modified fleshlight in a cranberry sauce can called the Carnissi. That's brought up every Thanksgiving and Passover.
Lovely.
I hate you. I hate you
That
for
is,
knowing it.
I hate you all too.
that's
A thing.
It's a thing.
why?
Why though? I'm tired of people like this thinking that they have it in them, that they have the bandwidth or emotional intelligence or actual intelligence to think they can have discords with NSFW sections in them and thinking it's a good idea when these are just breeding grounds for this exact kind of behavior. You're not equipped for it. And frankly, you shouldn't be letting them in you're discarded at all. Like, I don't know why it's a weird thing. I get that you want to have some kind of like environment for, people of LGBTQ, those kind of kids that are trying to figure out who they are, what they're exploring, like who they're going to be. And you want to create some kind of safe space for them that they're not going to find at school or with their friends or with their families or what have you. But this is not the way to go about it. This is not how you do it. This is how you got to where you are. And you are so caught up in your righteous indignation that what you're doing is right and it's not. Especially when your own partner is not helping the situation. Neither are you. You're not helping the situation at all. So I don't know, like, what you expected. Everything that's happened to you, you've brought upon yourself. You've done all this to yourself.
Yeah.
All because, and need to remind everyone, all DemonMama had to do was just denounce Vosh, denounce the tax folder, and she never fucking did it. And that's what got people to look at her and be like, what's going on in her Discord community?
Yeah.
What's happening, behind closed doors in DMs? What's going on there?
I want to end with this. And this is why I structured this video in a very specific way. I hope everybody who's here, who came in, who didn't get a chance to watch, who came in halfway or is catching up, understands the methodology that was extremely similar between Dr. Disrespect and DemonMama's responses. Demonizing the opposition, making you the butt of the attack, providing cropped information that supports your side, and specifically speaking to your audience in a way that makes it feel like it's us against them. It's very cultish behavior. In DemonMama's case, she expands that and and uses therapy language to expand upon their relationship with Glooby and things of that nature. Did not do a good job showing. It's interesting. DemonMama showing screenshots fucking looks terrible on her. Those crop screenshots, she thought they exonerated her. It's insane that she would think that. Dr. Disrespect, insane for not showing the whispers, because that's what anyone wants. And so I hope moving forward, everyone can make more informed decisions about the content that they consume. That it's not just all, who is right, who's wrong, who's political, this and this and that. Look at things very critically. There's only one point of DemonMama's response that I agree with. Investigate, research, do more, and think critically when your favorite creators speak out against allegations and don't really express everything. And finally, DemonMama, Dr. Disrespect. You're terrible fucking people.